Robbie Swift, my Maui Ultra Fins AX thruster.
You're on, brother. All right, this is Dan Thompson coming to you live from the Aloha Classic at Hookipa Park. Our first heat is just underway right now. On the water, we have some big names out there. Matt Pritchard on a Maui sail. Jesse Brown will be on an Ezzy sail. Kai Kachatorian will be on a simmer. And Brian Metcalf-Perez. You can see all four on the water right now. Let's pick these guys out for you. We have... On the Ezzy is the orange one out there. You can see that one. That will be Jesse Brown. Matt Pritchard's on the orange and blue, just doing a heli tack on the outside. And then we have Kai Kachatorian on the simmer. That's the blue and yellow one. And Brian Metcalf-Perez is on that green Neil Pride. So all four guys are out there now just waiting for a set to come in. They've got all good position. Things just went a little bit flat to start this contest. We've had waves rolling through all morning. We're day 2 of this contest now, and things are looking really good. Yesterday we got the pro man off, and most of the women, and didn't quite know what to expect for this morning, but things are looking really good again, so the pro men are going for their for next round. So in this one, the top 2 are going to advance. We have Heat 25 is our first one of today. So again, Matt Pritchard riding for Maui Sails, Jesse Brown on the orange Ezzy sail, Kai Kachatorian on the simmer sail, that will be the blue and yellow one, and Brian Metcalf-Perez on the green one outside. So day 2 competition at Hookipa Park right now. Cool. All right, Kai's first one upwind there, looking for some wave, not finding anything he wants, but Jesse Brown might be trying to take one on right now. Our wind conditions are fairly marginal right now. We're sitting around 12 to 15 knots, I think, and really light on the inside, but we got a bit more on the outside. So things are good to run for sure. Hope we can get through this pro men's heat here and continue our great success from yesterday. You can see a little set rolling off the point right now. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. So Kai is going to take first wave here. Not a big one, but he wants to get a score. So Kai is on the blue and yellow sail coming in. He'll just be waiting for a little bit right now. You can see him not going hard. In fact, he's going to jibe off that one because it's not big enough to worry about getting stuck on the inside. Jesse Brown, he's thinking about taking the first one here. Jesse's on the orange and red Ezzy sail. So he's going to wait this one.
You want to see what's on. This is what's on.
Yeah. All right, Jesse's driving hard for bottom turn. Little off the top there, not huge air, but it's a great start. Now he gets one up over the top. Good start for Jesse Brown on Quattro Ezzy right here. Going to ride this one right down in front of the judges' stand. Happy to get one wave under him to start today. Jesse ended up missing his first heat yesterday, so had to go into the next bracket without sailing, so it's good to get some scores right now. All right, Matt Pritchard's next man up right here. Blue and orange, little backside. Slash waiting for this to build, and now he's going to drive hard down the line. Big bottom turn. This looks like a nice wave for Matt Pritchard. Got Kai in behind him. Matt jumps off that one. See Kai coming in on the blue and orange, and Brian Metcalf-Perez behind him. All right, Kai Kachatorian going up top for a big hit. Nice little floaty and out down the front for another one, but Brian's out the back right now with a nice slash and slide off the top. You can catch up to it again. Another floaty off the top. All right, everyone's got a good score. Waves are starting to happen. Brian's going to finish that one off right now. So we'll have a little bit of a lull in the action now while all four competitors go on the outside, but Matt Pritchard might be sneaking one in here. He sees one on the way out and decides to tack on that to go for another ride. So Matt Pritchard right now on the orange and blue, driving a bottom turn off the top. Little cutback. Not a whole lot of power in this wave, so he's going to jump off that one, but he's got two waves under him. In this competition, your top two waves are going to score. Matt just got over that one, some white water for sure. It makes it tough in these light winds. But top two waves are going to score, so Matt's got two under him already. The other guys only have one, so he's at an advantage right now. Because the winds are so light, the judges aren't going to count any jumps today. Later in the competition, we'll hope to see some great big airs on the way out. But right now, the competitors are just happy to get out through this white water and catch some nice scoring waves on the outside. So you might be looking for the big jumps, but they likely won't happen unless the wind picks up. But today, they're not going to score at all. All right, Jesse Brown's tacked onto one. Again, it's not a huge one, but Kai Cachadorian's got one behind him. You can see that in the corner of your screen. So watch Jesse on the orange and Kai on the green and blue. So both men are pinching up wind right now, trying to let this wave build behind him. Jesse's going to drive down and try and get a hit off this one. There's Jesse off the top. You can see Kai in behind now as well. Kai's got a bit better wave, but Jesse smacked one off the lip there as well. Kai, a big floater up top, still on the top, and brings it back down. Kai's doing a great job at tying this one together. I think this is the wave so far. Great job. He's still going. Nice slashing from Kai Cachadorian to finish that wave out. So again, that's Kai on the green, Jesse Brown on the orange heading out. We have Brian Metcalf-Perez on the green, Neil Pride on the outside with Matt Pritchard on the orange and blue, Maui sail on the outside, or Gasser on the outside. And again, we'll get a bit of a lull in the action while all the men get back into position to catch their next ride. We are in our first heat of the day today. This is actually heat 25 because we got through 24 of the pro men yesterday. And we got through most of the women's fleet, the pro women. The wind got really light as the afternoon went on, so we weren't able to finish all the pro women. We had one heat that had to be abandoned because it got so light. So we'll get that caught up next available opportunity. So the big idea is to get these pro men some really good time on the water. We have other events to go on here as well. We have the Masters and amateurs and youth. So all of these things will be happening over the next 2 weeks. We'll have lots of time to get all the events in. Great conditions to start. Things have been really light here this week. Most people haven't been able to get on the water. So when the contest window opened up, it was a great opportunity to start things right off. Happy to get on the water yesterday. All right, now you see Matt Pritchard coming in again, the blue and orange Gastra sail. Matt's working his way up this wave to try and let it build behind him. So he's not going to be turning anything yet. He's just going to be for driving up to make some room. You can see it start to build behind him. And now he's going to drive down for his bottom turn as this wave builds. Up top, throwing some buckets of spray up there, and now it's building high. Good off the lip for Matt Pritchard. He's going to be happy with that score just because it was a small wave, get one under his belt. They'd love to see some bigger waves out here, but right now we take what we have, and things are great to get this competition rolling. So Matt's going to take this white water right up on the inside to try and get better position now. If they can get farther upwind, you get ahead of these bigger sets and don't have to take as long on the outside. So Matt's going to try and get right to the inside and now pop through any white water. Hopefully, he's not going to have a big set to pop through and just skip over some small ones here. He's got a couple to get through, but nothing too massive, so I think he'll be able to manage that one. You can see the other three guys in the background just stalling and waiting for a set to come in. What's helping Matt get out is actually hurting those guys on the outside because they have nothing to ride. Another one for Matt to get over, but not a massive one. See Brian Metcalf-Perez now on the outside on the green Neil Pride. He's setting up for one, hoping this is going to build enough for him. It's a small one, so he's got to wait for it to jack up. So Brian Metcalf-Perez on this green Neil Pride. Brian's a big gorge sailor. He won the Freestyle Frenzy at the hatchery this year. Phenomenal freestyler and a great wave sailor as well. Nice top turn floaty into the white water, trying to make something out of not much, and he does a good job with that. But these guys would really love to have a bit more wind and some bigger waves. You can see Matt Pritchard down on the inside now. As great a sailor as he is, he just can't get out if there's no wind. So he's in the safe room. He's past the rocks there, so he's not going to get washed, but he's going to be really frustrated that he can't get to the outside because there's just no wind on the inside. Both Brian and Matt Pritchard on the inside now. We have Kai Cachadorian in great spot to catch a set right here. Jesse Brown's got one behind him. Kai's not liking that one. He's going to let Jesse through with the one behind him. So Jesse Brown on the orange Ezzy, riding Quattro board. This one looks a little better. So Jesse's going to want this one. Waiting at the top for it to build. Not building up the way he wants. He thought that was going to jack up sooner. He's having to come a lot farther in than he wanted. Here he goes now. All right, driving bottom turn, little floaty off the top. Nice job. It's a one-hit wonder, but it was a score. Kai Cachadorian on the blue and yellow simmer now. He's got a small one on the outside too, so he's got to slash around and wait for this to jack. Here he goes now. Nice, smooth driving turn off the top. Now, great style from Kai. Duck dive to finish that before he gets into the thick white water here. So a great strategic decision. The other three guys are down on the inside, and Kai jibes off that wave early enough to get right back out. So Kai's got some jack's power in the sail right now. He can get right out easily. The other three guys are stuck on the inside. Even Jesse now, he's up, but he's got to get a set over here. So you see one more guy on the outside. I think that's Casey Hauser right now. So he's not in this competition. He's just down free sailing and working his way back up to get ready for his heat. Kai's the man on the action right now. He's going to get one more wave where these guys are all stuck on the inside. But finally, they all get out, but we'll watch Kai on his next wave right here. All right, Kai Cachadorian right now on the blue and yellow in your screen. This looks like a better one. This has got more size to it. This might be the biggest one of the heat so far. He's going to enjoy this one. Nice driving bottom turn up off the top, throwing some spray. Nice, he's linking some nice turns. He's still got more room. That wave is opening up for him for one more hit for sure. Nice cut back, great finish for Kai Cachadorian. That's the best wave of the heat so far, I think. You see our other three men on the outside. You have Jesse Brown on the orange, Matt Pritchard on the orange and blue, and Brian Metcalf-Perez on the outside now. So those three guys need to get back in the action. All right, we are almost through our heat one of the day. Is actually numbered heat 25 because we are in our second day, but first one is going well, not massive, not huge win, but enough to get these guys happy out there.
Kai's leading the heat.
Okay. All right, Kai's catching some great waves, and Kai is leading this heat. He's just got some great rides, especially that last one he got. That was the set of the day so far, and Kai was able to pull together some great turns on that. So Kai is in the lead on this one. The other three guys are struggling to get some great waves. They've all got rides, but just haven't got the big ones they want. All right, I see Matt Pritchard lining one on the outside right now. So Matt is on the blue and orange. He's got the Gastra sail. All right, there's Matt coming on your screen right now. He's got a nice one now. This will help him get into the action. Letting it jack up here. He's going to drive for a big bottom turn. It looks like a nice wave for him right now. Yeah, it's floaty off the top, and it opens up for him. Nice, a double. He's got more. He's got, oh, duck jibe, going to go clue first. A little sail handing trickly there. All right, that's going to score well for Matt Pritchard. So Kai is the man to beat in the heat right now, and that will go a long way for Matt Pritchard to catch up or get the lead with that one. All right, next man on looks like Brian Metcalf-Perez on the outside. Jesse Brown is the orange one in front of Brian on the green sail. Brian's got a wave and he's got some power, so this one might be for Brian. All right, Brian's getting himself upwind and higher on the wave so he can get more out of this when it starts to jack up.
Pritchard into second.
All right, just got news that wave put Matt Pritchard up into second. Brian Metcalf-Perez is going to try and get in the game with this one right here. Nice, going for a big goiter. Big spin up there, but didn't pull that out. That would have been a great move if he could keep that one dry. Jesse Brown's going right in front of Brian right now, driving down the line, trying to get a hit off the small wave. He hasn't got a lot there, but he's going to get one on it. Yeah, one-hander, but we got a nice aerial from Kai again. So Kai's still in the lead, and he's building confidence with that lead right now. All right, all four men are going to take a little bit of time to get back out, but looks like Kai is still in the lead with Matt Pritchard in second place with that great long ride. All right, we got to get in close to our finish here. Matt Pritchard just tacked on the outside. He knows he's got to get some more scores here. Heath probably knows and saw the ride that Kai had, so he knows he's got to get one better than that. Our top two rides are scoring, and Kai's just had more to select from right now. He's got about 5 great rides, especially with the conditions. Brian Metcalf-Perez as well now attacking. He knows he's got to get in this game. He hasn't got the rides he wanted. And that's the end of that. Kai's going to take one more for fun right here, but I believe that is Kai Kachadorian taking first round, Matt Pritchard in second. Next on the water, we have the sailors going out. Motohashi will be on simmer. Nikul will be on Maui sails. Guimont on Goya sails, and Freeman on hot sails. We'll identify these men for you as soon as we can get them on the water. Okay.
Is your gear out? Did you need it?
What time are you coming back? Can you pull out my 5.0 and board and just put it in a file then? The platinum in the long extension harness. I don't know, right by the fence, I guess, where we were. Right down where we were yesterday. Okay, have fun. I have one. You have one in the... All right, heading out right now, Motohashi, Nikul, Guimont, and Chris Freeman.
I've got a hat. I'd rather wear a hat than a towel.
All right, looking at these guys now, we have Chris Freeman heading out on the pink and white hot sail. We have Aurelien Nikul on a Maui sail. I think that is the greeny white one right out in front. We have Laurent Guimont on Goya. He'll be to the screen right on a blue and red Goya. And fourth man out is Masahiro Motohashi on a simmer sail. So I think that is him. I think that's still Kai on his simmer sail on the outside. I'll identify him for you as soon as I can. So here's our old competitors coming in. We have Matt Pritchard finishing off, and we have Kai Kachadorian out there with Jesse Brown finishing off a great heat for us. Former world champion Matt Pritchard right there coming out of your screen. All right, we have Masahiro Motohashi, first wave of the day for him now. He chose a nice one. He's got this blue and yellow, greeny yellow, nice off the top. Still going, he's got room. Motohashi with the first wave score, but in behind him we have Laurent Guimont. Nice speed on this one, getting it up and above on that one. So he got some great speed, great aerial off the lip on that one. These guys are hoping to go large with these moves, but they're happy just to get some waves to start. So that was Laurent Guimont on the Goya sail just finishing, and we had that was Masahiro Motohashi at the first wave. On the outside, we have Aurelien Nikul and Chris Freeman. Nikul now is on the Maui sail. He is going to be working to catch one, not seeing what he wants, but he will jibe out and wait for the next one. Chris Freeman is on the pink and white hot sail. He's just luffing a sail on the outside now, waiting for his set.
He's kind of floundering, doesn't quite have it together.
All right, Chris Freeman looks like he's powering up on one. He's got the pink and white hot sail, pumping to get on this swell. So Freeman's got the wave right now. Nikul's going to let that one go and try and catch the next one. So this is all for Chris Freeman. He's charging up the wave right now, and it's building up nicely for him. Nice bottom turn up to the top. Big slashy slide. Lost his grip on the top of that one. That would have been beautiful. But here comes Nikul now on his Maui sail. Aurelian Nikul, his first wave of the day. Nice bottom turn, trying to build up speed. The wave is small now, so he's going to cut back and see if he can get a little backside hit. So he's going to run out of steam. And he sees he's got a set behind him he's got to get out through as well, so he's going to try and get past the rocks if he can. Freeman, though, is going to tack on this wave and try and get another chance. He's in great spot. The other guys are on the outside, so he's going to take this one all to himself. So Freeman on this pink hot sail. It's got a little bit to it, but not enough for him to commit, so he's going to go back out and try and get a bigger one. And it's really tough if you come all the way to the inside on the rocks here. You have a tough time getting back out. So Chris knew that wasn't going to be a big scoring wave for him, so he's going to save time and possible swim on the rocks, or at least a delay to get back out. So he's going to get right back out to the good stuff.
If I notice you're not really, you're missing something else.
All right, we got a bit of a lull in the action right now as all of the guys are now waiting for their waves. We have, again, Chris Freeman jibing on a wave. He sees one, he's in position for it. So he's going to stop right there and catch this next set. Everybody else is out of position, so this is all for Chris. Chris Freeman now powering up on this one. Chris was riding hot sails and a quattro quad board, so it's really loose and skatey. You saw him spin a bit on that last one, see if he can get the grip on this. Closing out on him though, not what he wanted. He's got to try and piece a little bit together and get one hit off the whitewater, but that didn't open up the way he wanted. So some whitewater smack for him, but not a big high score for Chris Freeman on that one.
Bag in the blue bag. Bring that back. It's got battery.
So Chris is going to bring that one right to the inside in front of the rocks so he can stay hopefully out of danger with that. Laurent Guimont on the Goya sail, the blue and orange, heading out with Motohashi on the simmer sail and Nikul on the Maui sail. Again, we got to wait just for some waves out there and for these guys to get in position. Looks like Motohashi might be in spot for a small one here. I'm not sure if he's going to take this or he's just going to try and get back into the lineup. He knows he needs to score, so I think he's going to go for this one. There you go, he's got this one. Masahiro Motohashi waiting for this to build, and here he goes, driving his turn up, and big hack off the top, lots of speed, throwing some buckets of spray, and a nice aerial over that white water. Great connection for Masahiro. So Masahiro's got a couple good scores already. The other guys have got some small waves, but not big ones that are going to be big scores for them yet, so they know they've got to get something. So Masahiro heading out in your screen right now. We have Chris Freeman trading out for some white water. He makes that all right. That was a big set if someone could have grabbed that one. But behind that, looks like we have Aurelian Nikul. He's ready for this one. He's on this yellow and white Maui sail with Laurent Guimont behind him. So right now we have Nikul right on our screen with the Maui sail. Nice driving off top, cutting back. Nikul is getting a decent ride on this one. But Laurent is getting a good ride behind him now. You can see Laurent driving his bottom turn and up off the top. Building a speed, trying to get an aerial, but got a little tripped. So both Nicole and Guimont down on the inside. Hopefully they'll get out quick between these sets. On the outside, waiting now, we have Chris Freeman on the hot sail and Masahiro Motohashi on the simmer sail. They're both out there waiting for something to happen. Guimont looks like he's going to get out fine. Nicole's got one to get through, so he's going to try and get downwind out of the way of this wave. He's got very little power in his sail. I think he's in good shot now. So you get towards the channel and things start to level out with the waves. If you can get over this last one, I think he'll be fine. And he does, but loses his power. He's in good shape though. All right, 3 men on the outside, 2 of them ready to go. We have Chris Freeman up top waiting for something. He's got position. We have our winners for our last heat right now. So finishing first in our first heat of the day is Kai Kachidorian. Second place for our heat one of this day is Matt Pritchard. Jesse Brown taking third place, and Brian Metcalf Perez in fourth. All right, great start for the day. Here's Chris Freeman now on a wave. It's going to jack up for him. He's going to get some height on this, I hope. Didn't quite have the speed to get over the top, so smacked it and trying to get out in front of the whitewater right now. It's a lot of whitewater and he's a little bit stuck. That's not going to work out the way he'd hoped, and he gets sucked down a bit. Laurent Guimont, backside hit. Got a little tied up, but he's free now, and a little hack off the top, and he's got one more here. Going for the goiter. Can't quite pull that out there, but it's great to see them attempting these moves right now in these marginal conditions. The waves are there, the wind is light, so these guys can handle this, and they know they want to go for some big, high-scoring waves. Just not sure who's got the lead on this one. There's been no huge scores from what I've seen. A couple good rides, but nothing that's awesome and spectacular yet today. That will be coming as this wind builds, and hopefully the waves build up a little bit too. So we see Chris and Laurent both down on the inside, waiting to get enough to even water start to get out. That's how light things are on the inside here. Just not even enough to pull you out of the water to get to the brig. Laurent's playing a U-boat captain underneath the water right there. Still making it work. Motohashi jibing on the outside. He thinks he sees something. Nicole jibing as well. All right, I think this one is for Motohashi. He's the blue and yellow. So this wave is for Motohashi. Nicole's going to attack off that one and go look for the next one. So Motohashi's way up farther than we've seen these guys before. He's got some nice speed driving down, up off the lip, sliding it, but does not reconnect with the wave. Would have been a great connect if you could make that happen, but he's just going to head back out and go for his next one. So Motohashi on the blue and yellow simmer. We have Aurel Nicole. He's in position now on the outside on this yellow and white Maui sail. All right, this one's looking nice. This one's building up. Nicole's going to like this one. He can drive into this one right away. Here he goes. Big bottom turn, slashing up the top, driving down the line to get out in front of the whitewater. Getting up to hit. A little bit late on that, but he still get the a top turn. Driving for one more. There's a hit. Again, a little floaty up top. Not the power he's looking for, but a good ride for Aurelien Nicole. Laurent Guimont, and behind him, he's getting some slashes. Bottom turn and a little hack off the top. Very smooth ride. Little fin kick trying to get up above. But here's Motohashi again. Higher speed, so he gets higher height off that lip. That's what the judges are going to be looking for, tweaking these things out a bit. The slashing moves are awesome. If you can get up above the lip, get some aerial to that, that's going to score you higher. If you can do something a little more with flair like a one-hander or a tweak, or then starting your spins like goiters and takas and 360s, that will score you even more. Those moves are going to be tougher right now just because they haven't got the speed they need to get into those kind of moves. So all 4 men now heading back out to reload. They're all a little bit downwind, so it's going to take a bit of time to get back up into the wave selection lineup. All right, once again, this is Dan Thompson coming to you live from Hookipa Aloha Classic. We are in our second round of the day. Things went awesome yesterday, got through a lot of the men's heat and most of the women's heat. So we're just getting started in our second heat of the day. Here comes Aurelien Nicole. He knows he needs a big ride. This one is a medium-sized one. He's going to tack on that, try and get out of the way. So we're getting close to the wrap down here. I'm not sure who's got this. This has been a tight one. Everyone's scoring some rides, but no massive standouts yet to say that's the one that's going to win this heat from my perspective. Right now we have Laurent Guimont coming in on the blue and red Goya sail. And Guimont going for the goiter. Gets a little damp on the landing though. And here's Nicole coming in. All right, that heat is finished. We are now getting ready for our next one. All right, start of our next heat now. In this one, we have some big guns. Bant Roediger is the defending champion. He is riding quattro boards with a Goya sail. Bant is just in the mix of things, trying to get through some white water on this red and orange Goya sail. On the outside is Keith Taboul. He's on the white Goya sail with a quattro board, of course. Keith is the designer, shaper for quattro. We've got a lot of quattro boards on there. We have Alex Bitoun, Goya sails, and we have Rick Markham. Ben just got smacked down, little fly swatter action. You can see how light it is. So while he's in the water, we have Keith Taboul lining up his first wave. Keith is the master of these conditions, so he sees something that's not big enough for him to spend his wave right now, so he's going to head back out. Alex Bitoun on the outside now. He's waiting for something. He's in position if he can get this, get something lining up for him. So Ben is now in the water. Keith is on the outside, and Rick Markham I have not seen on the water yet. So very light conditions. Ben is not a not a large man, and he cannot get out of the water. Here he is now. He's going to pop up for this and hopefully be clean. He's still good. I think Ben's going to make it out. He got one more jacking up in front of him, but he's got a little bit of juice in his sail, enough to keep moving. So live from Hookipa Beach, we are the second heat of the day. We are on day 2, so we're actually 26 heat of our pro men in this session. We have, so we're heat 27, yes. We've got 2 down. So this is Roediger, Taboul, Bitoun, and Markham in heat 27, our third heat of this day.
Markham is A-line.
Okay. So So we have news that this is only going to be a 3-man heat. Markham is not going to make it out there. So it is all Goya Quattro in this one. Keith Tabul lining up his first wave now. White sail. He's down there. All right, Keith Tabul. Nice hack up top. Trying to float it back down, but has no power in the sail to reconnect with that, so he's just going to jibe and get back out. I think we do have Rick Markham way down low now. He got out through the channel. He's going to be on a orange and white Neil Pride. So 3 Goya Quattro and Neil Pride with Rick Markham. All right, Alex Baton now on the reddish Goya sail, working way upwind, backside. It's not a large one, but he's going to make something on his first wave. Going for an off the lip slash, but just no power to really redirect him back onto the wave. He'll be frustrated with that. All these guys want to start off with a great set and just not finding it so far. All right, I think we have Bent Roediger now on the outside, but he's not liking that. He sees one behind it, so he might do a quick tack and grab this one. But I think Keith's going to grab it first. So I think Bent got that one first, so Keith's going to let him go. So Bent Roediger now going to drive down for this one. Nice wave for Ben now. He's going to be happy with this to start aerial up top and reconnects. And a little floaty to finish that off in the froth. Good score for Bent Roediger now. Still going, a little backside to go. Baton now's got a wave. Tabul's got one behind him. Now we're seeing some action. Keith's waves look a little bit bigger, but Baton's got one to do a little slash. Throw a bucket of spray right there. Keith's got the bigger one behind now. Keith going up top. Big, snappy. Very vertical on that one. That's what the judges are loving. Heading straight back up that wave and redirecting. Keith Tabul doing what he does so very well. Excellent. All right, we have results now from our second heat of the day, Heat 26 overall. Number 1, Masahiro Motohashi. Finishing second, Laurent Guimard. Third, Aurel Nikul, and fourth, Chris Freeman. Good job for those competitors in not the stellar conditions, but they're making that work. Right now we have Baton now in the middle. He's going to take one on the head, maybe. Not horrible. He can get out of that, I think, fairly quickly if he gets some gas. Keith Tabul safe down in the channel. Bent Roediger is working his way out. And Rick Markham is now on the outside. He'll be able to get in scoring position now. All right, so Baton is still down in the froth. He couldn't make it through that set. And now he's got to contend with a couple more coming in now. Let's try and get enough to water start. But Roediger's got one now. Ben is super stylish, super fast, snappy sailor. There's a one-hand aerial off the lip and a little head throw as well. That's the flair, the extra style. Not huge waves, but Ben is making that go. Here's Rick Markham now, though. He's got his first wave of the day and gets smacked down a little bit. The closeout for Rick Markham, and his gear is going to take a bit of a ride. He's going to have to do the dog paddle for a little bit. Rick Markham down on his first wave. And Alex Baton's going to head out right by Rick there. Still struggling to get out. He's got a bigger set coming through. One more to get through. You can see how challenging this is. Greatest sailor as Alex Baton is, he just has no power to get through these sets. He's so frustrating because he needs to get it to the outside. He knows he's got to score, and he's just stuck here trying to water start. I bet Roediger's trying something different. Taking a quick tack, scoring one off the point. He's going a little Tricky, tricky. Backwinded going on that one up the wave. And Alex is going to take another one here to just knock him around. He's got no gas to water start. All right, Keith's jabbing on the outside. He might have something. At least he's in position. He can wait for something now. Rick Markham is still swimming. He just found his gear. He's safe. He's past the rocks. Alex is still struggling to get out. So it's all Keith right now. Keith doesn't have a big set, but he's got something. I think he's going to want to take this while no one's out there and get a wave count for himself. Definitely not what he's looking for, but it's something. All right, Keith has got one jacking up. He's going to go backside up the wind, up the wave for a little bit, and now going to let her go. Nice driving bottom turn, going to get vertical right there. Big snap around. Keith Tabul gets up that wave vertically so well. And little backside cut back for Tabul. We have back winning ride from Bent Rodigger again. Part of that is just to get himself back upwind. Bit of a wave score, but good way to ride that whitewater back upwind with speed because they can't get planing on the way out. So all four men on the inside now heading out. Rick Markham still trying to get out through the channel. Alex has finally made it out to safety. Now he's got to get himself up in position, but Bent Rodigger now going for this one. Cuts it loose a little bit, gets a little bit up above and slashes that one and reconnects. Now they're going in for the sliding Taka. There's one of those freestyle based moves, the Taka, the upwind sliding 360. Keith has got one down low, electing not to go to the outside and crash the big sets, but he's going to let that one go. Alex Batoon's going to do the same thing now. He's going to not go to the outside. He's just going to take whatever he can off the point and try and make something of the smaller conditions right now and the light winds. Very difficult for these guys to get enough power to even plane until they get on the wave. So they're electing just to take whatever wave they can, get on that wave, and do some slashes, whatever is available to them. There's Rodigger right now, just tacking right on that small wave and see if he can get a couple score. Taking it backside up the wave. Not much happened with that one, so he's just going to head right back out. So all four men, we have Keith Tabul on the white Goya sail on the outside, Bent Rodigger on the red and orange. Similar sail from Alex Batoon. Tough to tell those guys apart a little bit, but Rodigger's got a bit more orange in the top of his sail. And we have Rick Markham on the lovely orange, easy to identify sail, tacking on the outside. So things are fairly flat right now, not all-star Hookipa conditions, but we have enough to keep things running. It's still early in the day here. Things don't usually really start to crank till early afternoon, so we're in good shape. Having this much wind at this part of the day is all good. All right, Rick Markham's down low, out in the channel a bit, seeing if he can catch something. He wants to get upwind, but he needs to get a ride score as well. So he's going to have to do something with this, even though it's not a good wave. He's just going to attack and try and get something quick. He's running out of time. He hasn't got a big score yet. The danger of coming all this way in is if he loses his wind, he's going to have trouble getting back out. But he's got enough right now. We've got a bit of a puff going on here. So this is Rodigger who's going to attack. He's got a little bit of power in his sail, enough to get better position. So he's going to try and tack upwind. Alex Batoon now on this wave. He's got better power. So this is going to be a better wave for Alex. Trying to get past the white water, get more critical section. Now he goes. Top turn, big bottom, and smack. Nice turn, big top off the lip for Alex Batoon. We have this next one now about Rodigger. If he's going to take this one, it's not a big one, but he hasn't had a wave score for a while, so he wants to get something here. So he's charging hard. He's looking for one hit. Going for the big high goiter and sticks it. That's what we're looking for. So you need lots of speed. Ben had lots of gas going into that one, so through that big goiter. Big twisty flip. Nice job. I think that's going to put Ben ahead right now. Keith Tabul is going to need something right now. He's not finding a wave, but he's got to get something. So Keith Tabul up front in the white sail. Keith's running out of time. He's got to get something, but this is not a big wave for him. Not sure if he's going to take this or not. I think he's going to have to. It might just be a one hit, so he's got to build up some speed and try and get something up here. Nice top, throwing buckets of spray on this small wave, but he's going to go for one right here. Looking for an aerial, but just nothing happened for him, so just hack that around, tack to get back out. So Keith Tabul on the white sail. Bent Roediger down low on the orangey Goya. I think he's got the lead right now with that last fantastic Goiter. That's the first and best one we've seen of the day. We've had a couple other attempts, but they all landed a little bit damp. Bent got a nice sail out. Great sticking of that landing. All right, Rick Markham's going to have to find something here on his orange sail. There's Rick right there coming in now. He needs to get a score. He's got to take this one. This one looks decent for him. Getting up in front of Keith, waiting for this to build. Backside, off the lip. Got to charge it now, reconnect. Gild up the speed. There he goes. Slashing off the top. It hasn't got enough gas in his sail to power him through that. But Roediger is going to attack down low and try and catch one more here. He's getting the big wave count. Not all of them are massive, but he's got the most wave scores here, so he's got lots to choose from. This is going to be a small one, so he's going to attack. He knows he doesn't need the small one. He's got a couple good scores, so he's going to go out and wait for something better. I think Roediger's in the driver's seat right now. Keith Tabul's got to catch up, and Alex Batoon's got to catch something here. So Tabul's jibed on this one. He's got something. White sail will be Keith Tabul. He's going to let that one go, though, and tack back out. They both need a good ride, so they're not going to worry about the small ones that will give them a score, but not a score big enough to go ahead of Roediger right now. So Bent Roediger on the orange and reddish Goya doing a great job in this third heat, heat 27 total, third heat of our day. Okay, again, lull in the action. These guys are waiting for one more high-scoring wave they know they need. All right, here's Alex Batoon now. He's got something going backside to try and get some position up the wave here so he can do a driving bottom turn. Slash up top, but he wants to get more speed to hit this session right here. Alex going to finish that off. Not a whole lot of punch to that wave. Markham's down on the inside too, waiting for to get out. Rick had a tough start to that one. He got caught on the inside and just couldn't get his upwind position that he needed to get in the best scoring wave. So he was struggling on the edge for a long time and kept getting thrown down off the rocks towards lanes and just couldn't get the score. So Keith Tabul now on the white sail looking to get one more. This is looking bigger. He's charging up towards the critical section, waiting for this to build. And there he goes, driving his bottom turn. Look for a big slash. Nice vertical off the lip. That's going to do well to keep Keith in this competition. All right, Roediger, though, is going to follow this one up. He just saw what Keith did on the wave in front of him. Knows that's going to be a challenge for him, so he's going to go up and get a little pop off that one, getting up above the white water. Cut back to finish off. I think Brent Roediger's put his stamp on this one. Keith, really nice slashy, aggressive vertical turns. He's up on this, and Alex had some great rides as well. I think I got to put my money on Bent Roediger for this one. Nothing official yet. All right, coming up on our next heat, we have Russ Farreau, Fabrice Beau, Takafumi Naguchi, and Brian Tama, the action man. And we have one more for Bent Roediger, but he's just going to ride this one in. That's the end. All right, we see Bent Roediger finishing this one off. I think I'm going to have to give that one to him. I'll wait for the official results. Heading out now, we have Brian Tama on the yellow Nash, the action man. Fabrice Beau will be on Neil Pride. JP, Russ Farreau will be on Ezzy and OES. And Takafumi Naguchi will be on this. I'm not sure where Takafumi is right now. I'll let you know on that one. So Takafumi is on the orange and blue sail. All right, so 3 men out right now that I see is Takafumi Nagoshi on the blue and orange Gastra, Brian Tama on the white and yellow Nash, Fabrice Beau on the green Neil Pride, and Russ Farreau will be riding a Ezzy sail. Maybe that's him up top already with the orange Ezzy. I'm not sure on that one. All right, just between heats now, we're getting set up for heat 28. That's our 4th one of the day. Things are light out there for wind. Sets are small to medium, nothing big. So we have Takafumi going for a wave, but I don't think we are set yet to go. All right, Takafumi Nagoshi going for his first ride on the starboard with the orange and blue Gastra sail. All right, next wave up, we have Fabrice Beau on the green Neil Pride. Fabrice has got a good one here now. He's working his way backside. Going to cut back, waiting for this to build. Get himself right in the pocket here. You see the white water behind him, hacking up. But this one's going to disappear on him. He's going to try and get something out of it, but there's not much left on that one, so he needs to probably reload and get back to the outside. Nagoshi now coming back in on this orange and blue, just riding that backside up the wave, partly to get better position and let this thing build. It's a small one, so he's going to take a couple hacks at that. And he didn't have the power in his sail or the speed to do the big aerial that we saw from Bent Roediger in our last heat. The best he can do in that is just a few off the lip top turn hacks, but not even enough speed to get up and over the top. All right, here's Brian Tama on the yellow and white Nash. He's got a bit more bore speed with this. If he can get out in front of that white water, he can make something happen. A little stuck right now. So he's got a slow speed, just go over the back. All right, here's Russ Farreau. This one's looking better for Russ. You can see he's got the speed to get up to the top turn, throwing some buckets of spray, getting around Brian Tama right there and throwing another top turn. That's a better way for Russ Farreau. He was able to carry his speed and then enabled him to get some better turns. All right, all 4 men working their way back to the outside now. While we're waiting for that, we have results from Heat 27. Bent Roediger taking first place with that. Keith Taboul in second. Alex Batoon third place. And Rick Markham had a tough one on that one. He didn't get the waves he wanted. He finished in 4th. So Bent Roediger definitely setting the bar high for these conditions with that big goiter aerial he had. He also threw in a nice sliding taka, so those are things that will set him above. Keith had some great slashy turns, but wasn't able to get the speed that the smaller rider and Bent Roediger was able to get. All right, Right now on the green, Neil Pride is Fabrice Beau. He's able to get some more speed now and getting some better turns. Driving down, looking for a hit right here. There we go, getting up and over with that and sticking that landing, but left with a pile of whitewater to finish, but that was a good score for him. Takafumi Nagoshi now on the outside with the orange and blue. He's got something. He's going to work his way backside up the wave to get some position. Turning down now, looking for a hit off this whitewater right here. Got a little bit right up and over. Stuck in the whitewater, but he's got enough speed to get past this, but there's not much wave left when he does. He's got a little bit still open for him. So a little top turn smack. But Brian Tomlin behind him with some room now, looking for one hit off his. There it is. Nice floaty, but couldn't reconnect. Again, just not enough power in the sail to pull him back onto the wave face. He keeps standing though. That's a big important thing if he's got to get through some whitewater. And unfortunately, not enough gas to withstand that hit. So Brian Tomlin's down in the water. Takafumi Nagoshi's on the inside with Fabrice Beau. The only one ready to score now is Russ Farreau on the orange, Ezzy on the outside. Looks like Brian, Takafumi have one more set to get over here. Fabrice Beau, I think, is safely out. This one's going to jack up for Takafumi, though. But he's got it.
Yeah, me too.
Russ Farreau has position out there. Just needs a wave. Russ Farreau popping up onto a plane here, trying to catch something that looks small from here. He might just be working to get upwind on this one. Fabrice Beau is tacking on the one behind Russ. Russ gives up on that one and tacks out. Fabrice not liking that either, so he's going to tack out. Both these guys know they need two great wave scores. No jumps counting today, so they want to know they have two solid waves. They're not going to spend time in the whitewater on these small ones. Russ Farreau doing some tactics. He thinks he has something that'll work for him, so he tacks on this orange Ezzy. Russ Farreau riding Ezzy and OES, a Maui guy, and I see him all the time at the gorge. Great man, great sailor. Russ is also doing all the website updates on the AWT. So thank him when you see him next time for all the stuff you're seeing on the website. So Russ decided not to take that one, so he tacks to head back out, looking for one of those bigger scoring waves. We haven't seen those steady like we did yesterday. These guys have to be much more particular with what they're taking today. So all four men now working their way to the outside, getting better position. They're working their way upwind where the bigger sets are starting. We just have to wait and choose those bigger sets to get the big scoring waves. I'm not sure who I could identify as the lead right now. We've had a couple rides, but no big monster waves and no big moves yet. They're piecing together some of the smaller rides and making the best of it. They're all looking now for a bigger score.
Place better.
Good. Is this all good? All right, fall four men on the outside. Brian Toma jiving around. He thinks he has something. Looks like a bit more wind on the outside now. Russ Farreau tacking onto something. Probably just looking for position now. There's no waves right yet for those guys that far out, but Brian Thomas got some gas in his sail, so he's going to try and get upwind and get a wave here. He needs a good score. Got a little shutdown on that last one. Went for the hit, but didn't get it clean. He had the power, but not the wave, so he's going to jibe around and try and find something else. Russ Farreau now on the orange Ezzy on the outside. All three guys got some wind in their sails now, so this is a good sign. They just need a wave set to come in through. That's what we got to score. We got to get those two best scoring waves. So they got to wait, even though they have power in their sail. If they don't have a wave, they're going to have to stop, jibe, or tack, and get something that's coming in behind them. Russ is looking. There's one little bit downwind of him. Not sure if that's what he wants. We have Takafumi on one right now, though. So Russ is having to go way down to try and get this one. He's going to go for it. Top turn for Russ Farrow on the orange Jezzy, driving hard. He's going to go for a hit here. There he goes, little one-handed aerial off the top. Nice job for Russ to get that one and make it work. Little cut back for Russ, he's still going. But Takafumi now has one on the orange and blue. And he gets up above and smacks it and sticks that landing. Nice job. So we got enough speed now with this increased wind to get some aerials going on us, not just the slashy cutbacks. They were able to get some more height on these top turns and make it a little more flare. Fabrice Beau down on the green sail. Brian Toma's got one up top, but Fabrice floats one over the top and is able to reconnect. There's Fabrice Beau finishing off. Brian Toma is working the end of a ride right there. Oh, bit of a fly swatter for Brian Toma there. He goes for the hit, but had not enough gas to steer and pop out of that. So Brian Toma is down in the water. Takafumi had a nice ride there. He's heading his way back out. He'll make it through. Russ Farrow is just tacked on the outside, down a bit lower towards lanes, and he's got one. So Russ Farrow on the orange Jezzy is going for a wave. He's the only one on one right now. Russ is getting a good score. He's piecing together some nice rides and choosing not to go all the way to the outside. Thought he might take that, but decides to tack out of it instead. So all four men, Brian Toma on the yellow heading up, Takafumi Nagoshi on the orange and blue, Russ Farrow on the orange Jezzy, and Fabrice Beau on the green Neo Pride down low. All four men heading back out now to reload. We're winding down in this heat, so they know they got to get a better score. I'm not sure who I give it to right now. There's some good rides going on. So again, that last heat we had Road Digger winning first, Tabul getting second. The heat before that, Motohashi first and Guimont in second. So top two are going to advance to the next round. The third and fourth now, if that's their second loss, they are out of the competition. So great effort yesterday and today for those other riders. So our next heat we have some big guns again. Camille Joubon, Kevin Pritchard, Pascal Hardy, and Sean Aiken will be in heat 29. They're getting ready to hit the water. Brian Toma and Russ Farrow on a wave, but Brian's going to take this one. Brian's on the yellow Nash sail. Russ realized that wasn't for him, and he tacked off. So Brian really needs to connect one here. He's got a couple rides that have ended with some smackdowns, so he's got a much better one. Good speed now, and there he goes up and off the floating lip. Got to get past this white water. He's got some room if he can get there. Takafumi's got one right behind him, and Fabrice Beau behind Takafumi. Now we get the sets. All four men on waves. Now we're getting the action. Takafumi's finishing that off, but Fabrice Beau has got the set right here. Nice. He's got some size cutting back. He's got a few more hits available to him. This has opened up nicely. There he goes up and down, sticking that one. He's still got room, but Russ Farrow's got a big one open up behind. There's Russ. Oh, he got the smackdown on that one. A late hit on that, going large. He knew he had some great rides, so he was just looking to really put a stamp on that. Really took a chance and did not pay off for him, but I think he's still in good shape with the rides he had. Russ working hard to catch up with his gear. Doing a little body surfing in there to try and catch up. The gear is going to float past the rocks, I think. He'll be okay. Brian Toma's down safe zone past the rocks as well. As long as Russ's gear keeps floating down there, he'll be all good. Great set of waves with all four men on waves at the same time, one after the other. That's the action we've been looking for.
Russ's gear on the rocks.
Russ's gear is getting close to some danger here. Get a shot. He's going to be okay. That was a close call for Russ, just missing the rocks. Got to swim that out. He's really close. All right, here's Fabrice Beau on the green. Russ is in a bit of trouble here. That wave is going to take him in tight to these rocks. He does not want to be there. Fabrice Beau with a nice slash, throwing buckets of spray off the top of that, and he's still got room for a nice cut back, hitting the critical section and jiving off. That's a great score, Fabrice Beau. Russ is in trouble on the rocks still. This is not good for him. He's got to try and swim himself out of there. Got the jet ski going in. All right, Takafumi Nagoshi now on the outside with the orange and blue. He's got a nice one. He's pinching up to the critical section, getting himself in the pocket and driving his turn. Oh, this is looking nice one. Skipped a bit on that bottom turn, lost a bit of speed, but nice up off the lip. If you can stick this one, but he gets in a little bit of rinse cycle. I think Russ is okay now. He's got off the rocks, but he's still in some trouble. He's got to work himself out of this tough section down there. So Brian Talma's making his way back out on the yellow sail. He's got some power to make himself go upwind. We have Fabrice Beau on the green sail. He's in good shape now. And Takafumi Nagoshi is all okay in the channel. He's going to make it through. Russ Farrow, I think, is out for a little while. I've lost sight of him down behind the rocks, so hopefully he's all good down there. But I think he's not going to be able to get in back in time. All right, next heat we're getting more for Camille Jubon, Kevin Pritchard, Pascal Hardy, and Sean Aiken.
Rowe is lying in second place. Talma needs a 6.5-point wave to advance.
All right, we have Russ Farrow. He's out right now, but he's still in second place. Talma is in closing distance. If he can get a 6.5 wave, then he can get ahead of Russ Farrow.
Beau is winning the heat.
Fabrice Beau has this thing in first place right now. So with Russ Farrow down on the rocks, Fabrice Beau is in great position to finish this thing off. Brian Talma is in the running if he can get a 6.5, but he's just not getting the scores he wants right now. He's got closed out on a couple. So Brian Talma's a man to watch right now, but he doesn't see anything he likes, so he's going to jive and go back for one more. One more big wave for Talma will get him into second place. Top two men advance. So right now it's Fabrice Beau in first with Russ Farrow in second. Even though Russ is out of contention on the rocks right now, he's still going to advance unless Talma can get a big score. All right, Fabrice Beau now leading this heat. He's on the green. Neil Pride right now. He's got to get himself a wave. Takafumi Nagoshi's got the orange and blue. He's got to get something big to contest. Right now he's in fourth place. So Fabrice Beau in the driver's seat, but he's got a decent wave here. He's going to go backside. So Fabrice Beau finishing that off with a nice goiter. There we go. So Fabrice Beau looks like he's going to win this heat, and Russ Farrow got enough scores before he hit the rocks to get second place. A great ballsy move for Russ Farrow to try and do that big hit. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off the way he wanted on that, but good enough to get him second place. All right, next heat.
I'm ready whenever.
Okay. I'm going to turn this over to Kai now, and he's going to take over for Matt Pritchard, Camille Jubon, Sean Aiken, and Pascal Hardy.
The metal band we're supposed to start.
Good job.
Hang out. All right. I got Ponte Diaco coming. Okay.
Well, we're going to switch batteries here first. On the
Battles, dude.
That was good, man.
2, all right?
Oh.
Stereo, baby.
All right, we're live and direct. Flycatcher US 33 back at you. I had a little battle to take care of earlier on, so I'm all detuned on that. Straight off the bat, we got Kevin Pritchard racing down the line past H. Poco. Did the silver streak there, but it rewards him with a little tail first landing aerial. Wonder if he'd even have made that if it was a single fin. Probably not. Anyway, guys are kind of hot to trot. Let me summarize. We're in the final bracket, or at least round 3 of the Pro Men Trials here. Out in this heat's Camille Jubon, who happens to be last year's AWT champion. Sean Aiken, who's no stranger to competition whatsoever, and savvy veteran that he is setting up a wave at Upper Green Trees, which is going to be pretty rewarding for him. And I'll take you through this ride. Aiken is snaking through the section there. And he makes it look really good. He dressed that wave up perfectly. He really set it up from the up top. If he gets another little hit there, that'll be a decent score. You look at that wave outside of him, might have been a better decision. 2020 hindsight. Wave selection here at Hookipa is make or break, you guys. It is 100% the name of the game. And without talking too much about my heat, I'll tell you that I had my compass on with Matt Pritchard, and we did some tactical battles out there. Jesse Brown and Brian Metcalf Perez as well. It's a tight situation out there, guys, and you really got to make the most of your opportunities, and it's about being in the right place at the right time, and that's what all these guys are trying to do. And based on that exchange here, as Pascal Hardy, the last person I mentioned here, in this very stacked heat with 8.5 minutes left in it, is you got to be in the right spot. Look at Kevin, who went all the way downwind on his wave to try and get that score. Well, now he's stuck kind of in the channel as Camille Jubon, our defending AWT champion, just spanks that lip with authority and brings it around again. And he's going to get turn number 3 here and might do some spinny, well, underwater spin anyway. And that was at the end of his ride, so it's not going to really kill his campaign. Heavy, heavy battles, you guys. I'm amped. And here comes KP, infamous KP, and I really don't see him riding this wave. He's going to attack, he's going to go get back in position. That wave was strictly meant for him to get back upwind from his silver streak ride there. KP doesn't regret making that whole wave now that he sees that the position that he lost didn't cost him in the form of Hardy or Aiken getting on a wave right in his face. And that's always pretty intimidating. At any rate, my E11 glasses are making it look like 30 knots, and as I take them off, I get back into reality that we're probably closer to about 15 knots on the outside, but it's playing games, and there's definitely less wind inside. So the name of the game is get your work done as far out as you can. Don't get stuck below the rocks in the channel. You'll be wasting valuable time. Right now, everybody's pretty much followed that mantra. It's 7 minutes left. And without knowing the full tally here, I mean, I walked in right as KP rode that wave. I think Hamid had a really strong ride. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the second score for either of those guys. And you're looking at these other battles here. Look at Masa Motohashi winning his heat with authority. And it was quite close with Guillemot, but these two guys are in the big dance. You got Rodinger and Tabul in the big dance. And here comes Sean Aiken up top, green trees again. Selected like a savvy veteran. This guy wants to make the big dance. Make no mistake, he's capable of it. And Sean right now, he's going for the smooth campaign. That was a radical burst for Sean. You don't always see him throw tail like that, but he didn't make it. And he knows he's got stiff competition. He knows it darn well, you guys. And he knows exactly what he's got to do right now. He's going to give it all he's got. And that's usually going to be plenty. All right, infamous KP has himself what I'm going to call the first wave of this more northerly component set here. And as he streaks down the line and hits it more vertically than the last ride at least, Camille Jubon's really setting up a nugget. Here goes KP on the lower bowl. Does he have a tweaked air or a one-handed? Sure he does. Camille Jubon off his first salvo here does the classic 70s cut back to the curl, brings it around, and here comes H. Poco saying, come and hit me. And Camille's like, okay, I will. Now comes Pascal Hardy, riding an aggressive approach on his tri-fin board. Hardy's a really powerful guy. He's a stocky character. Outside of him, Sean Aiken really found himself a nice wave, and Hardy's still making the most of an insider that's going to score well, I have to say. Aiken might have outrun the critical part of that wave, but he is connecting it. And maybe that wave wasn't exactly, I think I said this yesterday as well about Aiken, maybe it just didn't do exactly what he wanted it to do. And that's no fault of his. I was looking at it thinking that was a great wave ride setting up. So scores are dropping. It's pretty interesting, the line of fire here, because now it seems to have gone to a kind of a side-on shore component. And as I look upwind at Pascal Hardy, who pretty much owns the upwind spot here, he is definitely in position to be the most upwind guy. And all the other three sailors, being KP down low, Sean Aiken, and Juban, are trying to get upwind. So this is pretty interesting. We might have a big meeting in the middle if Pascal can get going. Because what's happening now is there's a set moving in a little more westerly that KP is squeaking into. And if you ask me, he better make it to the peak quick because he's going to want to ride this wave. And Camille's behind him. So here goes KP. He's going to straight shot to H Poco Point, and he gets right under the lip, and it does not do him any favors at all. It says, sorry, Kevin, not this time. Camille, on the other hand, is wise to this, and he gets under the lip, pops kind of a contest-looking aerial. I don't think he's going to make the most of that score. That's going to be kind of a nah. Interesting. It's kind of shutting people down right now. It's either that or they're not reading it right, one or the other. And you look at what the wave really offered there. It deceived a little bit. Well, we got results. I was just getting through Heat 27 with Rodinger and Tabul advancing over Betoon and Markham. Heat number 28 was a hard-fought affair as well. And Takafumi Naguchi is in fourth in that heat, along with Brian Tallman third. So in the big dance, Russ Faro and Fabrice Beau. And I don't think the Vegas odds were really any different on that. I'd have put my money on Faro and Beau in that heat as well. But anything can happen. This is Hookipa, you guys, and it has its own plan. And you're going to see that carry out through this event. And this event, by the way, is the 2013 JP Aloha Classic, which is right now in the early stages, it's in the late stages of the AWT qualifier. And it's going to be a bit wait and see how far we're going to run through these brackets. I am pretty aware that they're going to get through this round, and we have our guys for the PWA bracket. And hats off to all of those guys. Here comes Sean Aiken with the wave that's going to demand a more vertical approach, and he obliges, and he gets under the lip, and he's going to have another shot at it. Behind him, infamous KP really selected a nugget, and this is a true H Poco Point wave. This one's going to run for KP. As you can see kind of the shadows of the reef under this right-hander. KP's got the upwind 360 on lockdown. He really learned that move, and he makes a perfect one. I was going to call it, but he beat me to it. Nice one, KP. He does a couple rebounds by Sean Aiken, who's swimming for his rig, unfortunately, after losing it on that wave. Here comes Camille Juban doing the upwind fade and a pretty good distance on that bottom turn. He seems to be covering a lot of ground, even though he's riding a small board. Blows out the tail and starts the trek down to the point. He's going to get the hit here. One-handed float aerial. That one's going to be one of his keeper scores, I think, guys. That was a really nice wave by Camille. If I can replay that in my head, that had the whole enchilada. That's what we want to see. We want to see good wave selection, critical riding. I don't really want to say connect the dots, but do what the wave's asking you to do, and then a little extra at the end. And that's exactly what Camille did. And Kevin, I think he found a score right there that was a really tempting wave for him to get at the point. Now he's sailing halfway out to sea because he sees that an upper set's coming in. And that's going to be advantage Pascal Hardy. We've got 58 seconds to go. And maybe that explains to me Kevin's motivation for getting that point wave. And right now, that's not a decision that's going to hurt him when he made that upwind 3. The judges are going to reward that. That was progressive riding at its finest. Kevin Pritchard, wholly capable of winning this entire event. Make no mistake. Pascal Hardy really has a shot here to solidify his placing in this heat, whether it be first through fourth. He's going to do something up the lip, and he loses it. And unfortunately for Pascal, that's going to be all she wrote. God bless you, my friend. That was a good attempt, but you got slapped down by H. Poco, and it happens. Kamishu Bond dressing up a point wave. I don't know if he would have done that in freesailing, but when you got 20 seconds left in a heat, you pretty much do anything. And Kevin Pritchard's going to get a final scoring ride because he's a savvy veteran, contest winner, world champion. And here comes Kevin Pritchard beelining it for the point and pretty much just carving it like it's the summer of '69 into the channel, and he is done. Great heat for Kevin as Camille sails through the rocks. And I don't recommend that for everybody, but if you saw him do it, try it sometime. I'm not going to rescue you, though. All right, that was a really solid exchange. The way I'm looking at that heat, having only seen half of it, no one really took control until late in the salvo, and I think Kevin Pritchard really sealed the deal with that upwind 3, and I think Camille kind of brought it home with that final wave ride. If I was judging that heat and it was only 8 minutes long, that's what would happen. But there was the other half that I missed, and we'll see what happens. I'm not even going to start calling heats here. It's not my job. But any of you back out there in Twitter land, hashtag PWA, World Tour, we'll see what all of you who've stayed up late over there in Euroland, which is now closing in somewhere past midnight, wherever you are, from Finland to the UK to Lithuania, Estonia. Where else do you think they're watching right now? Japan. Konnichiwa, bros. We're with you after your disaster, and we support you, Japan. You're an awesome country. I love going there and windsurfing. I love your food and your culture. And I really like the crew of Japanese sailors that come here all the time. They're a super respectful bunch. So dozo to you guys. And if you can make a commentary in English, much appreciated. Well, Sean Aiken's kind of doing his little bash there. He knows he's got a tough result upcoming here. I don't know if he made it or not. I think all these guys don't know for sure. You never know until they write it down. It's subjective. Only this heat's not over.
Nagoshi took third in the last heat correction.
Okay, Nagushi, not Nagoshi. Takafumi Nagushi got third in that heat. And Tama got fourth. So that's a correction. Thank you, judges. And is this heat over? 3 minutes. Okay, well, my watch is all hemajang, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, the heat got bumped up. That explains everything. So as my beeper started beeping, I called it too soon, and it's not over. But nothing really happened except a small exchange there. And I don't know if anything altered the standings since I called it over. I was wondering what was going on there. Aiken actually got a pretty decent ride out of that. I don't know if he really pushed it to the level that he needed to. But the thing about this, and if Aiken has one really good score right now, with 3 minutes and change, apparently, it's anybody's game right now. And Sean Aiken has been known to steal some heats right under the nose. I know he's done it to me. And he's capable of the big steal here. And I am wondering what he's looking at. What are you? Okay, he's wondering too. What was that? It's a lower set. And it's beckoning you in. Here's the situation, guys. Sean's like, okay, I can go get that lower wave, but I'm out of position if I do it. And what if one of those upper nuggets comes, and then I've got to watch it? These guys got to be aware that there's two peaks right now working. There's Green Trees and H. Poco. And it's no sure thing. It's no sure thing here. KP definitely knows the playing field, and he has definitely selected what is going to be a nice canvas for him to drop. Look how clean that wave is. Side offshore, Hawaiian waves, guys. Look at this bottom turn. Glassy peak. Nice starboard carve under the white water, challenging himself to stay afloat, and he does. And he saves the dramatic head bob for later. That was a one move wave. And really, if anything else, he kept anybody else off that wave. Now with mere minutes to go, another exchange is setting up outside. And what I'm seeing is Juban is not really on a wave. But behind him, Aiken and Hardy definitely are. And I'm looking in particular at Sean Aiken's wave that he's setting up before Juban can even head on his. So Juban's down low, and Aiken just gave it away. Unfortunately for him. And Juban, as that happened, sliced and diced. So Aiken, unfortunately, misread that and just lost his turn right when it counted. Pascal Hardy is going to get a chance here, and he punches a vertical bottom turn, spray all over the place with him and the amount of power he sails with. Nice little setup turns to get that aerial that tweaks the board on both angles, but he doesn't stick the landing, and that's not really his fault with that gusty wind out here. So, heading out as that heat is now officially over, and we have 18 on the clock with 16-minute heats now, so I'm going to keep note of that. Next heat, we have roommates from the Sensor House. Oh, this is classic. I was not aware of this. This is Casey Hauser and Jake Miller. Two good friends of mine. The Sensor crew is a deep crew. And I'll get into that in a little bit. Ferdinando Lofreda. I'm going to just calmly call him a Hookipa icon. He's out there all the time. And I'd imagine he's pretty amped right now. We've seen him get amped for these contests. He watches other people's heats really closely. And it's one of those things that you just get used to seeing him. But you haven't seen him in the contests all these years, like some of these guys. And every heat counts. He's on a good level. Ferdinando sails really well. These conditions are going to favor him. He doesn't have to bring, a gun to a knife fight right now.
That's the Zoe.
Arnon, thank you. Excellent. Appreciate it. All right. The generous crew here, the AWT and PWA surrounding me are just handing me plates of food. I've got free sunglasses from E11 Eyewear. I'll give a shout out to Bjorn Dunkerbeck. What's up, Dunky? How you doing, bro? Thanks for the shades, bro, and let's get that metal band started. We're going to call it Terminator. It's going to be me drumming and you singing and nothing else. It's going to be awesome. All right, Casey Hauser, deep bottom turn, deep gouge, and I don't see the heat starting, so that didn't count. Oh, that was Camille Juban. My bad. Okay. The heat's on, you guys. And we've got a stacked deck, and as if on cue, Ferdinando Lofreda is on a nugget set wave as Harley Stone makes his way on the inside wave, which is actually looking like double overhead because it's Harley. Ferdinando on a true double overhead wave, grown man size. This is a great exchange. Ferdinando Lofreda knows he's got this great canvas, perfect start to the heat. You could really not have scripted this any better for him. He's going to get his trademark aerial and float it into the channel. Meanwhile, off the point, Casey Hauser behind the peak takes off boldly and deep. Really lays that bottom turn he's been known for doing now. And he lost his speed. And really, I think the bottom turn wasted a little precious momentum there. But he turned it into a score. Don't make any mistake. Meanwhile, Jake the Snake Miller doing his snake turn thing. And he's not done yet. He actually will link this down to the point. And, even if it didn't end the way Casey's, if you took a snapshot and there's Casey's wave right as he's setting up, you think, oh man, Casey got kind of shut down on that. He didn't get everything he could have off of that, unfortunately. Should he have hit the lip right at the beginning? We can go press the reset button tonight. I think he might have needed to crack that opening section. Not going to say that exchange went Casey's way as far as with Miller. Ferdinando Lofreda clearly played it smart there. And I don't think Harley Stone's really done that shabby either. That's how you start a heat, guys. All four guys just got waves within the first minute and a half. So everybody's on the board. Boom. And there you have it. And I don't want to say now they're off to the races, but someone's got to get back out in position. And this is where maybe you ride a little bit bigger gear. I'm guilty of it. What I try and do as much as I can is ride a small sail and a big board, but this is a heat. So the mentality is to keep moving. And I think that's what you're seeing. You be the judge. It is just fantastic to be here at Hookipa Beach Park on the island of Maui, the best island in the world, hands down. And Hookipa is our home spot here for the sport of wave sailing, you guys. And I don't know what they called wave sailing in Hawaiian, but it probably had a pretty cool name, and I bet you the ancient Hawaiians were down with it. And we're just carrying on the tradition here. And Ferdinando Lafreda kind of got a scrappy little second scoring wave. He's down at the channel. Casey Hauser with a really nice wave and well positioned, sets it up with the left fade. We like that. We like the vertical bottom turn and then the vertical hit. And if he can just pull that out, we won't be experiencing any post-nasal drip later. But that's going to have to happen now. And Casey did a little swim in there. It's all good. We're 3 minutes in this heat. There's 13 minutes left. I might sound a little frantic, but I don't think these guys necessarily need to be frantic. There's a lot on the line here. There is advancing to the big dance on the line here. This is who's going to get in to the main draw of the Aloha Classic. So it's a big deal. You better believe it's a big deal. Harley Stone knows it's a big deal. And even as he's crossing Casey Hauser's wake going out, as Miller sets up a good dash on the outside and goes rail to rail. That was impressive by Miller because he bottom turned on one rail and landed his hit on the other rail. That was really cool. I think you only get that line on a multi-fin board. There's no way you're going to do that on a single fin. Harley Stone also had a decent scoring wave, but I think he's going to kind of knock himself like dong dong. Should have been on that outsider right now. Casey Hauser, turn and burn. I mean, mobility is not a problem for him. He knows how to compete. He keeps his forearms in Popeye the Sailor strength. And he's holding down that Maui sail quite nicely. I'm not going to call that a really big sail. It's probably 5-1 is my guess. Maybe it's the 4-8. We'll have to have Casey come up here and talk a little bit about sensor and talk a little bit about this heat. Right now, he's a little busy. So Ferdinando, let's talk about him again. He chased a pretty scrappy little wave down there. And as Hookipa has a nice little wave breaking to herself, I kind of wonder. But we'll see. It's nice to see the wind hasn't quit on us. In fact, it's gotten a lot better wind-wise, compared to my first heat where I was sitting out there with my dagger board and my compass with Matt Pritchard going, starboard, heel to north, heel to port. So tactical. I don't even want to get into how gnarly that heat was for me. Anyway, Ferdinando, this is a clean green machine right here, and it looks nice with the orange sail, and it's all artistic, but you know what? It's not high scoring, Ferdinando. Go get a set wave. You've got plenty of time. You know it. Everybody saw it, but, that's not going to win your heat. Sorry. I'm just being constructively critical. By the way, I was constructively critical, maybe too much of Leo Ray yesterday, and I just found out he's coming back from a horrific injury. And I need to apologize to you, Leo. I know you're not 100%, buddy. And that's kind of what I was saying. I just didn't know you were hurt. So welcome back to the water. And we're glad you're sailing. Pardon, Leo. It's all good. Jake Miller kind of now turned it into this really cool longboarding line where he's hitting the lip from behind the peak. And he basically turned that into his wave ride. This ball of whitewater followed him all the way down the line. He hit it 5 times. And that's not going to, be detrimental to his overall score. In fact, I think Miller might have kind of clawed into the lead here. And I think that's at the expense of Lofreda, who just basically gave away 2 set waves, if you want to look at it that way. If you're going to go chase a wave to the point and ride a head-high wave when there are double overhead waves coming in, like the one he started his heat on, like the one he wants to be on next, you've got to be patient. 2 waves count. You don't need to ride 10 waves. You technically only need to ride 2. All right? Well, this is a fresh little breeze kick, and right on time, Harley Stone's setting up. This is going to be a performance wave. This is the kind of wave a kid wants to ride it here. Good little skateboard canvas, gets his floaty tail hit, but that's it. It's a 1-2. He's going to hit the white water a couple times, but that didn't really open up for him. Is it turning into the point only now? I've seen this happen before. Casey Hauser, now he gets the oncoming left. He gets a good levitation off that. He's going to get the rest of the wave here. Hauser's definitely battling back in. He's trying his hardest to make this look like a really good score. He did well. Ferdinando, on the other hand, gets this under the lip kind of, I know he's frustrated right now. I know that's not the Ferdinando Lofredo that we want to see and he wants to see, but he's capable of it, and he's gonna get back in his heat. It sounds like I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him to sail like he knows he can sail. That's all we want to do, you guys. You want to have a chance, but you also want to just show up and sail your best. That's what it's about. Harley Stone right now, having just switched sail sponsors to Nash, I don't think he's 100% used to his gear, but I'm also going to say it looks like it's working quite well for him. I like those Nash sails. They're really low aspect, and they seem like they fit themselves close to the wave really effectively. All right, you guys, and pardon my watch. Not going to let that beep today. That was pretty funny, listening to my watch beep yesterday. Anyway, I bet you all want to know who advanced out of Heat 29, and I will give you fourth place first. We'll do it like it's a final. Pascal Hardy's in fourth. Sean Aiken's in third. And Camille Jubon got second, and Kevin Pritchard won the heat. Both of those guys are in the big dance. So I don't know how this affects Aiken and Hardy. That's an interesting one. We might not have decided much there. It could very well be Aiken and Hardy make it through. I won't speculate because I don't know for sure. But as I look up, I see Harley Stone, who's kind of been in the right spot lately. He's really found a good one here. It's interesting that Casey Hauser's coming in from the channel, and Harley backed out of that wave, and I guess it's a little more onshore than I thought, because that was really not going to be much of an exchange based on where they were. Hauser's kind of gotten stuck in the middle between those two waves. Might have been wise to kick out there. No praise and no disgrace, Casey. We're 9 minutes in now, so we got 7 minutes left or so. Harley Stone, you know, he was in a really good spot, but he backed out of that wave, and this one went to Miller. And believe it or not, Miller's going to town, you guys. He's really going pretty good here. Harley ends up with the better wave of that exchange, if you ask me. It's going to run a little further, it's a little smoother, it's a little longer. Harley's got to make this count, though, and he skips out on his bottom turn. He loses critical speed there. So anybody's guess, but the exchange between Miller and Harley Stone was there, but what I'm seeing is that Miller took maybe a lesser wave and did more with it. And Harley just lost a little bit of momentum off that bottom turn. Like I said, maybe he's not 100% used to that Nash sail yet. As good as it's going to work when he gets it dialed in. Casey Hauser is on an inside wave with waves stacked to the horizon practically behind him. This was poor selection by Hauser. He's getting a little antsy. The judges aren't going to score that any higher than anything else he's done, and Casey better get back out there and find himself a set right now. Because this is the part of the heat where he needs to take control. And we were just going to get my son up here, but he kind of lost it. I think he's a little tired and hungry, so he'll come back later. I know you all want to meet him, but he's not even 2, you guys. Come on. A little later. Well, we're going to have some guests here today. I'm trying not to hog the mic too much. Thank you all for your comments and support. I love doing this as much as I love competing, to be honest. And, you know, my competition days don't last forever. You're looking at the twilight of my career, I'll tell you that. And I'm going to be having a great time up here in the future, watching this whole show continue on. And shout outs to my old crew, guys like Mark Angulo that aren't here. We love you, Mark. We miss you. We'll see you sometime down the line, bro. You know, the list goes on. There's all kinds of homies, you know, Paul Bryan. All my gnarly shredder friends that I grew up sailing with. Rush, Randall, Sierra Emery. What's up, you guys? You know? How's it? Come say hi. Come sail with us. Well, actually, you know, in the case of Paul or Rush, I got to come over to your island, but we already went over that yesterday with Maui no Kauai and Kauai no come over. All right, I'm done lipping, but there really wasn't anything going on, so do my best not to interlude too hard, and nobody's giving me a hard time on Twitter anyway, so, you know, until that starts up. Only praise. All right, well, we thank you so much, and, you know, the more Red Bull I drink, the more you guys can stay awake, because I ain't going to stop talking until someone tells me to. Started early. Today was a gnarly start to the day, actually. I won't get into my domestics, but, you know, my son kind of kept me up last night, and it's all good. I kind of kept myself up because I was breaking down over this heat I sailed in early. It was heavy for me, man. All these battles, everybody right now, it's like, you know, the AWT's had this really casual feel to it. This got serious all of a sudden. And Ferdinando Lofreda finally gets a better size wave up top. And pacing behind him, sailing arguably one of the best heats of his life, I think, is Jake Miller, who's just got such a nugget. Look at this wave. It is a perfect A-framing right-hander. Then he does the 360 and he just doesn't quite stick it. That's what I would have remote controlled him into. And here's roommate Casey Hauser, Sensor teammate, Epic Sessions teammate. These guys travel everywhere together. They're super good friends. Casey really put together a good wave ride there, but he didn't hold it together. But that was still good. And points is points, you guys. I don't really see this going completely decided at all. But I will say Miller's continuously impressed me. He's been pretty consistent. He might not have like completely stomped and sealed the deal, like completely. You guys, this next heat could be a final. This is so gnarly. Bruh, this is all out gnarly. Heat 31? Are you kidding me? Levi Siver, Graham Ezzy, Josh Stone, and Donnell. I mean, Donnell is just going, how do I do this? This is going to be a decent example of what you'll see when the main draw in the PWA happens in that. Basically, like, some of the early rounds in the PWA, the top-ranked PWA guys are going to be going straight up against the top Hookipa guys. And that's just like, that's gnarly. There's world titles on the line right now. These guys are watching closely. Let me promise you, we got some battles coming up. Ferdinando Lofreda, while at one point he looked like he was on a wave, he's done and went gone, selected an ankle snapper. And if I was in remote control mode, I would have thrown a jibe a long time ago. We're going to go to commercial after this heat, but you know what's coming. Let me take you through none other than Harley Stone, one of my favorite sailors. I'm just going to call myself a Harley Stone fan. And here he goes. He draws a really cool line off the bottom there. And that was awesome, really, because what he did off the bottom there, even though it looked like he had no wind, and I think there's further evidence of that he couldn't even make the drop off that. But he took a really cool line off the bottom there. It was like a check turn into a bottom turn. And that's a really good way to ride Hookipa. Heat's over. Casey Hauser's wave is going to count. He does an off the lip. That's going to count, you guys. It's a hit. It's kind of it's absolutely. That counted. Well, we'll debate that with the judges if that counts or not. I thought it did. That's just my opinion. The judges are doing their job. I'm doing mine. And we are going to commercial. Or we already are.
I'm Flo Jung. My Maui Ultra fins are the X Quads.
We are back, and as if on cue, our main man with the flag's about to pull the trigger. Ferdinando Lofreda is coming in. We'll see if we made that. There's always a chance. That's going to be an interesting heat to call. Nobody really took command. I can't say that anybody really just sealed it. If anybody, Miller did. In my opinion, and I'm done with that. All right, I believe the heat's on, and Ambassador of Aloha, Mr. Josh Stone, takes it to the channel with his trademark lift tail off the lip, which doesn't give him much else to work with. One of my favorite sailors, Levi Siver, upwind with that aggressive bottom turn. Now he's in his element. I think the conditions have a little more shred factor to it. That was a very aggressive cut back. And there's buckets of spray coming down, and there's more buckets of spray. That was awesome, too. Now, Levi, I believe, is riding a tri-fin. What you can see is that his stance spacing allows him to turn on a dime. And there's Donnell, you know, to his credit, looking like he knows Hookipa pretty well here. Definitely taking this down to the point. And as he does, the wave really follows suit. It might have looked for a second he was ahead of the wave, but then it caught up with him. Not a bad ride for Donnell, considering. Graham Ezzy is out to sea, and I think he's decided that he's not a part of this three-way battle on the inside, and that he wants to start with a bang, with a set. And Graham, being the absolutely bright kid that he is going to play this smart. You can better believe it. Maybe he let a wave slip through there. That's different when it hits the reef than what it looked like when he was on the outside. And you know, we can't just will waves to appear. They do what they do. And what's interesting about Hookipa is they'll give you a look on the outside that might not translate to what happens on the reef. And you might see a little bump pass under you that turns into a really good wave. Though I don't think Graham's a miss here, because he is definitely on a pretty nice wave. And this is a keeper, folks. So Graham Ezzy, who was to me the round one standout, even though he missed his goiter, but we won't miss anything else. And here he comes. He is going to commit to this ride. And it sets up right at the point, squarely in the judge's view. And he goes for the taka and makes it with authority, as if he was a robot. He made that so automatically. So boom, Graham Ezzy's on the board with what the judges have to give him a good score. It was a very nice taka. Kind of a one-move wave. Did a little body English to set it up. It's definitely a little bit better than a one-move wave, because he dressed it up. That's what you do. And, you know, we like the one-handed, kind of like, hey, like I said yesterday, Graham doesn't need to compete here. He's Graham Ezzy. He can do whatever he wants. But it's awesome that he's here. And Rich Page, the head of the PWA Tour, the commissioner, just told me that Graham's doing the whole PWA Tour next year. And that just really brightened my day, actually. Because infamous KP's not holding down the PWA battles anymore. And we need somebody from the U.S. to go kick some tail. We really do. Anyway, not part of Team USA, but definitely a very good sailor. Donnell backing up his first score. Don't sleep on this guy all of a sudden. He knows he's in a stacked heat, and right now, he's kind of taking control. I mean, those are two of the best wave rides so far. Levi took his wave apart, but it wasn't as good as that wave in terms of the wave. I don't know, you know, what you're going to say about that, but what basically happened was Donnell got two good-looking waves and rode them fairly well. Levi got this, you know, skate park type of wave. It was a lot smaller and just ripped it to pieces. And I think the judges do reward that, actually. I've seen it on the scorecard already, where an aggressive wave ride on what might be a smaller set is getting rewarded over just a couple conservative turns on a bigger wave. Here goes Levi Siver with score number 2. This wasn't a bad call. This is going to offer him something to work with. I'm kind of curious if he's kind of just going, okay, all right, he's setting something up. He's got a maneuver. It's a tweaked air. It's going to go into another cutback. He's going to bring it around. Good stop for Levi. You know, these are good scores. Unfortunately for Levi, it's not putting him in the lead dominating style, right? You saw him looking for the move. He's like, okay, set that wave up, hang out up top, wait for the thing to drop, and you could see he was just going, come on, give me something more, give me something more, and it didn't really give him what he needed to do an air taka or otherwise. And interestingly enough, that three-way battle's outside now with Stone and Donnell kind of doing a selection thing. Graham Mezzi's looking pretty solid. He's going to cash in on here. I think he's deciding if he's going to ride the upper point or go to H Poco. And this one's going to line up for H Poco. So Graham kind of gets his afterburners together and he's off. And he's going to go take this all the way down line. He's got a huge head of steam. And this section sets up for him as he's going full speed under the lip, and he does the goiter again and lands in the trough, and Graham Mezzi has got a taka and a goiter under it. And there's no question that he's in command and in control. Josh Stone, however, not to be outdone, is also under the lip on this one, working his way down the line. Graham Mezzi, boom, boom. I mean, ho. Nice goiter, Graham, and you know what? I almost knew you were going to do it. Wow. I mean, this is such a heavy heat. I'm impressed with Donnell, except for that little out the back deal there. But Donnell's putting himself in this heat. And I mean, this is, like I said, this could be a final, you guys. It kind of, in some way, it is, because the top two guys are in the big dance here, if they aren't already. Which we'll bring up later when I talk to some of these people who are in the know about this. Wow. Graham Mezzi on the point as Donnell squeaks out. Graham's like, nope, I know the score. Excuse my watch. Turning that off. At any rate, definitely a pause in the action here, you guys. And time to reflect on all the contests past here. All the legendary names that have come and gone. There are many. And there's no question that we are lucky to be here today to witness this. And all of you at home are lucky to witness this. This is a new era. This is stuff we dreamed about way back when. Are you kidding me? A live webcast at Hookipa? It's pretty cool. And thank you all again for being here and being so kind and gracious on the feed. Ask any questions you want. We're right here. We know what everybody's riding. We're going to bring up some sailor interviews. We had a great interview with Graham. Levi Siver, pretty much on the best wave of the heat for him. He's going to go up and over and vertical. That board weighs less than 3 pounds, I guarantee you. And hack, kind of the Bruce Lee thing. Let the wave slow down to his speed because it is definitely Levi in command of that wave. Okay, well, that wave, unfortunately, met its demise at the hands of Levi Siver, and he absolutely dissected that thing. But no big, 360 or goiter or taka, things that Levi's clearly capable of, and I think he's just, he knows that he can do it. He's going to let it set up. Graham, on the other hand, with a taka and a goiter under his hand. Now he might as well just do a 360, right, Graham? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Graham. I called it. Yeah, you did a taka, a goiter, and a 360 in the same heat. That's awesome. And I called the 360, and you guys know it. Josh Stone didn't see that, I don't think. And Josh Stone being... Did you see his goiter yesterday that he tried? Well, so all these guys are capable. But this wave ride, unfortunately for Stone, as well as he's riding it, and as good as he is, he's going to manufacture something But what you're seeing right now is Levi and Graham have separated themselves through nobody's fault. The canvases are there for everybody. If everybody had the same wave to ride and the same setup, this would be pretty boring. So it's wave selection, but in this particular heat, as stacked as it is, it's more than just wave selection, guys. It is definitely rider ability and rider versatility. These are definitely really super important things. And here we go, guys. Heat 30, which was, by all intents and purposes, a massive battle. Winning the heat, Jake Miller. Great job by Miller. Heat of his life, probably, I'm claiming. Yeah, I feel safe saying that. In second place, Ferdinando Lafreda. Definitely, you know, at the expense of Casey Hauser and Harley Stone in third and fourth, respectively. Lafreda, I think, started off strong and just backed it up when he needed to. The door was open. I just don't think Hauser put his foot into the door enough to take that second spot. It's probably pretty close. And hats off to all four of those guys. Huge battle. Miller hung tough. And there is something to be said for sailing smart. You know, call it contest sailing, call it what you want. But he got the job done. And that is what it takes sometimes. So good job, Jake. And these guys down there already know that. So all of you Casey Hauser fans rejoice because he got second. And Ferdinando's in third. And Stone Harley is in fourth. My goodness. So Casey Hauser did enough. You know, I'm sitting here going, did he do enough? Did he know? Well, he did. And what happened was Ferdinando left the door open the entire heat. After that first wave, he did back it up with that other set, though. Harley had that. That door was left open by Ferdinando, and he's going to learn from it. Casey Hauser's done himself proud. And good job. The Miller and Hauser X-Sensor team is in the big dance. That's amazing, you guys. Good job. High fives. Awesome. We will definitely be all about that tonight at the Quattro Party. I'm proud of you guys. Good job. Meanwhile, our current battle royale here. I see small whitewaters here. I don't see much going on. And Cyber and Danelle with small little exchanges. Nothing serious. Definitely getting into the nitty-gritty of this heat. And Josh Stone has a wave. And behind him, Graham Ezzy has a wave. A bigger wave. Both of these are good scoring opportunities. Stone knows he's got to explode here. And he goes off the bottom and gets the floater, drags his hair a little, gets into the second section, doesn't hit the clue, gets his proper air. So that's a good exchange for Stone, but he doesn't make it. And Graham pretty much going to town behind Stone. Graham right now is in a rare place that we get as wave sailors when you cannot put a foot wrong. And you become Hookipa's favorite son. Much like Mike Waltz used to be. Much like Dave Kalama used to be. Mark Angulo used to be. And still is whenever he decides to sail here. You know, Hookipa's favorite son. Changes from year to year. Sometimes it's, you know, some guys other than others. But right now, in this particular heat, let's just keep that time frame. Just this heat, Graham Ezzy's Hookipa's favorite son. No question about it. Danelle goes for the big jump aerial and does not make it. Really good effort from him. He's got stiff competition, and he's got Levi Siver all out there by himself on arguably Levi's best wave of the heat, setting up at least off the top there. No, great draw off the bottom with Levi. He really knows how to use his board. One of my favorite sailors for sure. This wave didn't exactly, you know, completely pan out for him. But it's not a crappy wave either. And Levi's got a little bit of something here. You can kind of try and milk, you know, yeah. Hey, contest air. Good job, Levi. Because points is points, and that really won't hurt him. What I think it does is it solidifies his second place right now. I think this heat's pretty clear cut. I try not to call heats as much, but I think Graham's winning, Levi's in second. It's the way I see it.
And we got a result from last heat, heat number 31st, 30. We got the young Harvestone Charles, and third by
Graham Ezzy down at the point with a full head of steam. He's got a really good vertical canvas here. He got full power off that. So he's really feeling the power there.
Congratulations, Jason Casey. You're advancing. And you'll be the main event of the PWA as well. Okay, one more question on the prior season. We're not focusing on the great things. We're focusing on the great things. We're really not focusing on the great things. We're not comfortable on the stage. We're not focusing on the top stage. We're not going to be a quicker, but we're really going to want to be
Levi Cyber continuing his run. Now he's got a really good H-Poco wave. And there's the 360. Levi spins it around, but it wasn't really enough forward momentum out of that, nor enough wind. Flags are down, guys. We are really close to the end of this heat. Levi, I think, was really scraping through for the points there. This definitely is looking like Levi and Graham. Or Graham and Levi, respectively. Graham just is gnarly. Graham's straight up gnarly. The Princeton Moke. Graham Ezzy, the Princeton Moke. That's got a great ring to it. I need to know.
Just to let you know, we can do one more round of front.
Is this just to get placings? Yeah. I mean, have we decided who's getting? Okay. So in other words, this round.
I'm Flo Young, my Maui Ultra fins are the X quads.
All right, we're back. Welcome back as Levi Cyber squeaks into the shore break. Interestingly enough, they're going to run another round of pros. I think they're going to get some seating done. I'm not really sure what they're going to determine who's getting into the main draw or not. We'll see. Obviously, it's not decided yet completely. So we'll go one more round. That means I'm back out there, which I'm pretty happy to be, actually. Get a couple more nuggets. And here is Frenchman Leo Ray, coming back from a really bad injury. Like I said, Leo, good to see you back out there, and that's much more like it. Here we go. Leo knows how he can sail. He rips. Good starting score, too. It's tough love, Leo. We just want you to rip, dude. We know you do. And yesterday was a tough day for you. And you're here, and you're still alive. And outside, we've got Francisco Porchella, who got himself on a nice-looking wave here, and he rips it. He rips it off the top one more time, right behind the peak, running deep, and running it down the line. Good job, Francisco. That was a pretty nice wave. Definitely a pretty nice wave. Now we've got Morgan Noiro, who jibed on an incredibly tasty-looking wave. And that's going to run him down the line pretty nicely. Skylar Haywood, however, on the very outside, really runs himself in strong. Skylar Haywood just did the distance. That's one of the longest waves so far. I mean, that one went from all the way outside down low. Skylar ripped that wave. That was really cool. Well, you guys, I've got to kind of get ready for my next heat here. Gonna go saddle up. So we got. Talk to you soon. Peace out.
All right, we're back. Dan Thompson here now. Kai is getting ready for his heat. So we got Leo Ray right on a big wave right now. That red Nash tail right there. Big smack off the top. That's a beauty. He's going to feel good about that one. Leo Ray going down there. All right, so we got the guys all heading back out to reload. So Noiro, Haywood, Porchella, and Ray in this heat. Heat 32 right now at Hookipa Beach. All right, so Morgan, Skylar, Leo, and Francisco all heading out outside right now. Looking to reload, have some great sets come through here now. Got a little bit light in the earlier heats, but now the wind's jacking up and the waves are matching as well. So we're seeing some great action now. All right, looks like Morgan Noiro now on this green and white hot sail, taking this first set on the outside, and Skylar Haywood right behind him on the blue and reddish Goya. So Morgan's first man up on this one. Nice driving bottom turn. This one's got some size to it. Yes, up top. Going. Oh, look at this. Big floaty up. Still got lots of speed. Trying to get past the whitewater. A little bit stuck right now. Oh, but look at the blistering speed right now. This is Haywood going up. Nice, slashy, throwing some buckets of spray off the top of that one. Haywood looking to get some open water, but gets a little stuck on this one as well. So great ride for him. Let's check out Leo Ray now on the pink and red Nash. Nice little hack off the top. Again, these are closing out a bit on these guys. They're getting some stuck in the whitewater. So Francisco Porchella on the outside now. He's the only one in position to score now. Nothing's out there for him, though. He's just got to wait. So give the time for these guys to head back out through. So Morgan's heading out. He's got one more set to get over. Leo Ray's going to be in good shape. And Skylar's down low in the channel, so he should be fine to get out. Yeah, Leo Ray's making himself out nice now. The wind's puffed up really well. And Porcella's heading out too. They're all safe. So Porcella's on the outside. It's Noiro heading out. Porcella's in the water on the outside waiting for his set. Skylar Haywood's down low. He's got some juice in his sail now too, so he'll be able to get up fine. All right, here's Leo Ray on a nice wave. Driving hard. Taking great speed down the line now, trying to connect. Going for the goiter. It didn't quite get that rotation, so he's going to get a little damp in the whitewater now. So results from Heat 31. Taking first place, Graham Ezzy. Second place, Levi Cyber. Third place, Josh Stone. And fourth, Justin Donnell. Good job for Graham and Levi. All right, Leo Ray's got a set to get through here right now. We have Porcella now setting up for one. Morgan Noiro right behind him. Porcella, nice smack off the top of that one. Oh, he's got great speed, great energy on this. Look at how much gas he's got. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. But gets a little caught in the white water. Morgan Noiro now digging hard in. Big buckets of spray off the top of that. And floaty float across there. One more section to get by and go for another hit. There we go, Morgan Noiro. But now we have Skylar Haywood going up top. We got a great set rolling through here now. 3 in a row for these guys. Skylar on the Goya. One-handed cut back right there. Well done. Another one-hander for Skylar. Got some great flair, some great style on that one. We have Leo Ray on the outside waiting for one right now. Morgan Noiro on the green and white hot sail. He's getting ready. Skylar Haywood's heading out to get in position as well. And Francisco is stuck on the inside right now working his way out. All right, Leo Ray is on a wave right now, pinching himself upwind. Waiting for this one to build up for him. Little backside. Waiting in the pocket, going to drive down hard. He's going to gather as much speed as he can for a hit. It's not a huge one, but got up over the top on that. Again, not enough speed to carry him through to the clear. Gets stuck in the whitewash. Wind's starting to build up here. We have Morgan Noiro popping onto one on the outside. Skylar Haywood's way on the outside. He's looking to get some room and catch a big bomb on the outside if you can get it. All right, here comes Morgan now. He's coming in hot, but he hasn't got a wave to get on right yet. See what he can do. So we're getting ready for Pro Round 3. Cachadorian, Motohashi Gimon, and Matt Pritchard are in Heat 33. Getting down to the end of things here. All great sailors continuing on here. Some great action so far this morning. Some changeable conditions, some big, some small. These guys making it all work. Right now we got a bit of a break in the set. I see Skylar Haywood storming in here. Got lots of white caps. He's got good gas in his sail. Got to get a matchup with a set wave here. So Haywood's man up top here, but he hasn't got anything to get on to ride yet, so we'll see if he's going to stall out, attack, or if he's going to take the small one. Leo Ray's down low, though. He looks like he may be trying to get one off the point here. So Skylar is going to take the one up top. Driving a bottom turn. It's a small one, but nice, smooth, slash a little backside. And Leo Ray's got one as well. As Skylar finishes his, Leo's getting onto one, going hard down the line, and gets tomahawked a bit right there. Skylar finishes with some white water. Not a great wave for these guys. They'll want to do more than that.
People that went out down in the middle of the course who might be disqualified from skating their course don't enter the course in the middle of the heat. Okay, so that's the first time circuit we have for the day. Two guys stuck through. Three guys stuck through. Okay, no, that's okay. They're on probation. We got three guys on visual probation. We can't go blasting out there, you guys. We gotta go during the red flag with the same position. Those three guys are on double secret probation.
All right, looks like Francisco Porcella now on a wave up top. We haven't seen him catch one for a little while. Waiting for this one to build up. I think it's going to be a decent one for him. Driving his bottom turn, slashing up top. Not quite the speed he wanted to carry through that. So he's trying to pick it up to get one more big hit. A little off the lip right there for him, and out of speed right now, so he's going to have to get back to the outside. Morgan didn't like that one, wasn't big enough, so he's going to jibe to take the next one. Haywood's going to go for this one, though. Skylar's just waiting for it to build enough to get a nice hit on. It's a small one, so he's going to try and go for an aerial blast down and get some speed. He just hasn't got the speed he needs, so he's going to jibe out of that one. So Leo Ray is the man on right now. He's got speed, but no wave right now. He's got to wait for something here. Okay, Leo's riding onto one right now. This will be good enough for him. Leo Ray driving his bottom turn now. We got some white water to smack right there, throwing some spray, carrying some speed down the line and up. He's still got some room. This turned out to be a nice little aerial floater. And almost stuck that one. All right, all four men heading back out now. All right, we're winding down here. Morgan Noiro on the outside in the green and white. He's got one lined up. This one's got a bit of size to it as well. I think this is a bigger one for the last few minutes anyhow. Skylar Haywood's got one behind him, so let's see what these guys can do in the closing moments of Heat 32. Morgan's waiting for this one to build. It looks like a good one. So here's Morgan Noiro on this hot sail. A nice slash off the top, building some big speed now going down the line. Good hit off the top. Great cutback for Morgan Noiro right now. Finishing that one, but we have Skylar Haywood hacking up on top, going hard down the line now, trying to get past this white water for one hit there. Nice tweaked aerial. Put a kick out on that one, and one-handed cut back. Very stylish. Winding down this one, we have Porcella now in line to get something. Leo Ray's waiting on the outside for one more chance. Here's Porcella with the blue simmer sail. All right, here's Porcella now. Medium-sized wave going for a hack off the top there with that beautiful white Goya board. Another hack. It's a small wave, so he's got to work it hard. Try and get some speed for something. One more hit right there. Yeah, he got up on that. Leo Ray now is coming down with the red Nash sail with Morgan Noiro right behind him on the white. Morgan's got the bigger one, but we are out of time. All right, that was heat 32. Big flare, Leo Ray with a Gorda to finish, and a big, big 360. Morgan Noiro with the flare at the end of that. Pop in the big wave 360. Nice finish from those men.
Commercial. 3, 2.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
I'm Robbie Swift. My Maui Ultra Fins AX thruster.
Going with this particular setup that we have and going distinctly live.
All right, we are back live at Hookipa Beach. We are in the pro men round number 3. So we are breaking it down. We have eliminated a lot of our competitors. We have heat 33 now with Kai Kachidorian riding for Simmer Sails. Yoshihiro Motohashi on Simmer Sails, Matt Pritchard riding for Gastra, and Laurent Guimont on Goya. So these guys are heading out on the water right now for pro round 3. Conditions have been a bit changeable over here today at Hookipa. We've had some good wind, we've had some real lulls in the wind, we've had some big sets roll through, and then we've had moments where there've been nothing. So it's very frustrating at times for these sailors, not knowing what they're going to get. A lot of sailors getting stuck on the inside, trying to make their way out. Gets a little light. Had a couple on the rocks already. So we have 2 matching Simmer sails out here. I'm going to have to tell which is which. I think Motohashi is on the red board. So here's Motohashi right there going up for his first ride. So this will be Kai Kachidorian, our trusty announcer who I'm filling in for right now. He's on the wave right now trying to make something out of this wave, waiting for it to build. Here's Kai on his Simmer sail. A nice aerial off the lip for Kai Kachidorian. All right, Laurent flashing off the top of his wave on this Goya sail. It's the blue and red one. Another nice hack into a taka. Beautiful sliding freestyle base move right there for Laurent Guimont. And on the outside, we have Matt Pritchard on his orange and blue Gastra sail. So again, Matt on the outside, Motohashi and Kai Kachidorian both on matching Simmer sails, and Laurent Guimont on the Goya sail with the blue and reddish stripes on them. All right, Matt's heading back out. He sees something out there, so he's going to tack onto this one. He's got the place to himself right now. Great tactics from Matt Pritchard, waiting for the wave he wants. So here comes Matt Pritchard, former world champ, right here on his blue and orange Gastra. A nice backside little aerial, popping that up there, waiting for this to build up. All right, driving down for his bottom turn up to the whitewater, floating that through, reconnecting, finding some more room on the other side, but not quite enough for what he wants. We have Kai Kachidorian now right behind him, driving hard. Nice throw, buck off the top of that. Big spray for him and continues his speed. Another big hack for Kai. This is a great wave for him. It's a small one, but he's making a great effort on that and scoring some great points as well. On the outside then, we have Motohashi on his blue and yellow simmer. He's on the red board. But Laurent Guimard is an attack onto one, so he'll get the next wave here. So we're waiting for Laurent to catch this wave here. We have Matt and Kai both with some good power in their sails now. So this is a good sign that the wind's going to be a bit steadier for these guys. Can make things happen a lot faster, be more powerful on the wave. Laurent hasn't got a big set to work with though, so I'm not sure if he's going to take this or just get positioned. Yeah, he's going to do a heli tack just to head back out. That wasn't big enough to worry about. He knows that he needs a big score, so leave the small ones. All right, so we have Guimond heading back out. We have Cachadorian and Matt Pritchard heading back out. And then we have Motohashi on the outside heading back in. So he's maybe in better position. I see something jacking up behind Motohashi right now. All right, so our matching sails, the one coming in now is Motohashi. He'll get this next wave. So Masahiro Motohashi waiting for this wave. He's going to score one. Looks like a decent one. Matt Pritchard's got one behind him. Kai Cachadorian's behind there. We might have a set coming through here. Get everybody on a wave would be very awesome. So Motohashi is waiting for this one to build. It's small size. I think he's going to wait for this one to go. All right, so Motohashi is going to take this one, waiting for the charge, but Guimard right behind Motohashi. Matt Pritchard's got a line one, and there's a hack for Motohashi now, going down hard. Nice job from Motohashi, off the lip from Motohashi. We have Guimard behind him now, getting to the end of that ride. Matt Pritchard's on a smaller one. He's got to wait for this one to jack up. It's not a big one. He's going to try and make some turns. Kai Cachadorian's got the bigger one behind Matt Pritchard though. So Matt's going to hit one. One-hander. Kai's got a bigger one behind. Matt's going for a little off the lip on that. Getting up to the top, but not big height. Kai's going to go for the shot. Yeah, big floaty up over. That's a better wave for Kai. He got the best of that set. So all four men on the inside now. It's going to be a little bit to get these guys back out to the white water. Great to see everybody catch a good ride on that one. Good entertainment. All right, once again, we got Dan Thompson here live at Hookipa Beach, filling in for Kai Cachadorian, who's out on the water doing a great job in his heat right now. That's heat 3 of the pro men, with Kai, Masahiro Motohashi, Laurent Guimard, and Matt Pritchard. All four men on this one advance to round 3. Some great action out here today. Sounds like after this, we have the finish of the men's round. Heat 34 will be about Rodigger, Keith Taboul, Fabrice Beau, and Russ Farreau. All right, got enough wind to get these guys through the set coming in. Kai Cachadorian now driving on the outside. He sees ones he wants to go after. Matt Pritchard's powered up, so he'll get in the game very quickly. Motohashi's right behind him, and Laurent's just got to get one through one more. Kai decided not to take that one. He's going to head back out, so Matt's going to get this wave right here. He tacks onto it. See what Matt can come up with on this one. All right, so we got Matt Pritchard on the orange and blue coming in now. And we got Kai with the one behind him, so let's check out Matt right now. Working for this one, going to go backside. Wait for this to build up. Got to be patient now. Now he's going to charge hard to get up on that lip. Going for the big goiter and stomps that one. Oh, that's a move so far this heat for Matt Pritchard. So Kai's got to ante up here. So you can float that one. Trying to get big floater. That was got some duration to it. Going for the big wave 360. I got to give that one to Matt Pritchard. That was a large move. Great to see that kind of action out there. All right, on the outside we have Motohashi and Guimont. So Kai's got gas in his sail now, heading back out, and Matt Pritchard is good to go. We have our results from our last heat. Number 32, finishing in first, Morgan Noiro. Second, Leo Ray. Great job for Leo. Third place was Skylar Haywood, and fourth place, Francisco Porcella. Congratulations to those guys for advancing. We are in Heat 33 right now with Kai Kachidorian, Masahiro Motohashi, Laurent Guimont, and Matt Pritchard. Next up, we have Van Rodiger, Fabrice Beau, Keith Taboul, and Russ Farreau. Those guys are on deck, ready to go. Still in the game, though, we have Kevin Pritchard, Jake Miller, Casey Hauser, Camille Joubon. In our last heat will be Graham Ezzy, Levi, and I believe now Morgan and Leo. All right, now we have some snapping of the flags with some wind. Motohashi waiting for this wave to come in for him. Got to be patient. Now he's going to give her down the line hard. He's got some... He had goiter in mind on that one, just didn't get the pop he needed. So we have Laurent Guimont behind him on this Goya sail. Feeling the breeze getting a little stronger right now. This will be great for our competitors on the water. Laurent waiting for this to build up for him. A little backside to drive down the line. Here he goes for his hit. Slashing up, sliding a bit. Got a little small for him, so he's going to try and get one more hit if he can get some speed. Not a huge one. He's got some more room to just drive off that and head out while he can get some power in the sail. Motohashi, on their hand, is down in the water just off the rocks here. He's safe, but frustrating for him. He wants to get back into the action and has got very little wind now. And Guimont went down in the white water as well. So now on the outside, Matt Pritchard and Kai Kachidorian. Matt's on the orange, Kai is on the green, just jibing right now, green and yellow. Hard to say who's got the advantage on this one now. We saw a couple great moves from Matt and Kai on that last wave they caught. But Laurent and Motohashi both caught some great waves here. Motohashi's got one more chunker to get over right here. It's not enough power in the sail to make that work, but Laurent Guimont's got enough to get out. So let's check out Kai on the outside now. He is waiting patiently for something to happen. He's got great position. He's just got to wait for a set to come through. Matt Pritchard's right behind with the orange and blue. Kai's on one here, but it's not much of a wave. He's just going to jibe out. Matt's got to decide what he's going to do. I see something smaller behind him. I think he's going to wait for that and see if it's big enough to go. As Masahiro and Laurent both charge out, slowly charging out, doing their best. They've got through that white water. So Matt's got position here for something. Nothing to work with yet, though. So Laurent might take this one that Matt let go, but very little wind. So Kai is going to come through with one, see if he continues on this wave. So Kai is on the wave right now with the blue and yellow simmer. Matt's going to jibe around to get back out and look for something else, as Kai Kachidorian now has got this wave. Nice hack off the top, throwing some spray. Nice aerial off the lip on that one. Great control, re-entry. And then one more whitewater hit. That's a good wave for Kai. Not his best one. The last one was spectacular. That one was okay. But he's scoring some good waves. Top two waves are what's important. So on the outside still, we have Laurent, Masahiro, and Matt all waiting for some waves. All right, Motohashi on the outside jibing for something. These guys are being very patient, but it's got to be so frustrating being out there and knowing you need to score some big waves and not finding them. Seems to got a little flat here. Matt Pritchard has got something. Not a whole lot of size to this. He's got to make something work though. He's got a couple good rides. He wants to go large though. Not sure if this is the one to go large. It's a fairly small one right now, so he's going to get position and get upwind, get into some bigger sets. He's going to give this one a try. Definitely a small one for Matt Pritchard. But he's going to go and try and make it work. Going for a hit right here. Matt Pritchard throwing some spray off the top. Not a whole lot of speed to get some aerial. It's enough to get some nice snappy turn though. All right, Laurent Guimont on the outside with the blue and red Goya sail. He's got a better wave. All right, Laurent screaming upwind now. Getting in position on this wave, waiting for the pocket. Here he goes now. He got in early on that one. Save that now, he's got some room to go. Nice hack. Nice job. So we have Laurent finishing that off with a wave 360 attempt. Pulls that one out. Good job. Motohashi now on the wave behind on this red board with the simmer sails. Nice hack off the top, throwing some spray. And I think he was going for a 360 on that, but got the fly swatter smacked down. All right, we are running out of time, but Kai has one he wants to get right here. Kai Cacciadorian stalling out, waiting for this one to build. He's going to get a couple hits on this. Yeah, a little off the lip on that. Floating back down into the white water. But that was a one hit. We are in the last moments of this heat. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to get a ride. Let's check out the next round here. We have Bant Rodigger. He'll be on a Goya sail. Fabrice Beau will be on the Neil Pride. Keith Taboul will be on the white Goya sail. And Russ Farreau will be on the orange Ezzy sail. And these guys are heading up a bit higher right through the sets. So they have very little wind to get out through this white water. This is going to be tough for them. They may have to turn around a few times to make sure they don't get taken down by the white water. Just try and bob through it. We are back on. Finish that heat right now. Matt Pritchard is on the way, but not going to get the points on this one. So that heat is done. We are now getting ready for Rodigger, Beau, Farreau, and Taboul. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Flo Jung, my Maui Ultra fins are the X quads.
All right, we are back live at Hookipa Beach in the Aloha Classic. Dan Thompson coming to you here with Heat 34. We got Bant Row Digger right on starting things off. A little bit early for the heat right now, I think. Nice move from Bant Row Digger, throwing the head back there. So Row Digger on the Goya sail and Quattro board, but I think that is officially before the heat started. I don't think that one's going to count. Great wave for Bant Row Digger though. So the outs to watch now, Keith Taboul on the outside. Looks like he is on the wave. Keith is Quattro boards with the white Goya sail. Behind him is Fabrice Beau on the green Neil Pride, and Russ Farrow is our fourth competitor out there on the orange Ezzy sail. All right, Keith Taboul right now. Keith is a master of slashy, tight vertical turns. Let's see what he's got right here. He gets so up on those, taking it straight up the wave vertical. That's Keith Taboul. Nice, going charging hard down the line now for a big hit, but not what he wanted, so he's just going to jibe out of that one to stay safe. Fabrice Beau going right past Keith, though, trying to find some open room, but just finding some white water. All right, Russ Farrow is going for her first one of this heat. He's got a bit of room, but that's going to close out on him, so he's going to leave it and look for something different. All right, so working the way out to the outside is Russ Farrow on the orange Ezzy. Bant Row Digger's already out there tacking on his orange and red Goya. On the inside now we have the white Goya of Keith Taboul and the green Neil Pride of Fabrice Beau. Bant Row Digger's out there. His first wave I don't believe counted because he was too early. He had attacked to get another one, so let's go with Russ Farrow. He chose a nice one right off the point here on the orange Ezzy sail. Ezzy, on the Ezzy sail, Russ Farrow lost his speed a little bit right there, but gaining more for a little top turn. Didn't have the gas he needed, the speed to get up on that to make that spectacular. So Russ is going to have to do a better ride than that to be able to advance with the likes of Row Digger, Taboul, and Beau. Here's Row Digger on the outside now, so he's got one stacking up. It's a medium size, no large ones the last little bit. But Ben is a great one for making medium and small size waves look spectacular. So Bant Row Digger, nice slash up top, cut back. Working hard off the lip again. Not getting high on that, just a nice top turn. Another one for the whitewater. Sort of mushed out him on there. So Keith, and Fabrice, and Russ all heading back to the outside. Little break in the action as all four men work their way back to the outside now. So in the green will be Fabrice Beau. It's a Neil Pride with Keith Taboul's white Ezzy, right Goya sail behind that with Russ Farrow's orange Ezzy behind Keith. I think Fabrice is going to tack on us something out here. I see a bit of a set on the horizon. He's going to want to do something with this, get a score. So Keith's going to jibe on that one. So Keith's going to take first one, and Fabrice is going to take the second one by the looks of it. So here's Keith Taboul on the white sail. Fabrice Beau on the green sail behind. But first one is going to be Keith, but he decides not to take that one. That's not big enough. So see what Fabrice Beau now wants with this. Is he going to ride it just to get upwind, or is he going to try and get a score on this? Bant Row Digger is going to take one on the inside, but I think he's just going to make some room with that. Going backside, backwinded. Fabrice Beau now is driving down on the green Neil Pride. He's going to make a hit right here. Big ups with a one-hander for Flair. Who gets yanked over the bars on that one. It's a good aerial. He's going to like that. Not the finish he wanted, though. Keith Taboul now driving on the outside. White Goya sail. There's room for Russ Farrow to tack on the one in front, though. So let's watch Russ on this orange sail. Russ Farrow now on this orange Ezzy. He's got one. This has got a bit more size to it. But not enough for Russ or for Keith. They're both going to attack off of that. I see something on the outside. I guess they do as well. They want to take the bigger ones, let the small fish go. Fabrice Beau is in a bit of a spot now. He's going to take one on the head if he doesn't get up soon. Not quite enough to get through, so Fabrice is stuck for a little bit. Bant Roediger is going to take one on the outside now. All right, this is a bigger one for Bant. Good decision to get out there and wait for the bigger ones. Bant Roediger on the Goya. All right, Bant Roediger going hard down the line. Big, nice top turn. Throwing some spray. He's got one more in the white water to get through. We have Russ Farrow, though, on a better wave behind. Throwing some spray off of Russ Farrow. And nice aerial. Skipping over that white section and connecting to finish that ride. Keith DeBoule's on one behind. And there's that high, snappy, vertical turn from Keith DeBoule. He is so fantastic at getting that snap. Look at the spray he throws off that wave. Keith DeBoule maybe with one more little hit in the white water. Our results from round 3, heat 1. Laurent Guimond taking first place on that. Matt Pritchard, second place. Kai Kachadoran with third, and Masahiro Motohashi in fourth place for round 33. That was our first round of the first heat of the round 3. On this one, we're still with Bant Roediger, Fabrice Beau, Russ Farrow, and Keith DeBoule. Saw some good slashy rides there. I see some more sets working their way in, so Fabrice Beau is going to take the first one. Green Neil Pride for Fabrice Beau now. Bant Roediger is going to take the second one behind Fabrice. Russ Farrow is on the outside with the orange. So Fabrice Beau is the man on screen right now with the green. This is building up well for him. Not a huge one, so he's got to wait for this to jack up some more. All right, building some speed, going for a nice top turn slash, cutting back, cutting the fins loose a bit, but keeping his speed, and for a nice top turn kick on that. Bant Roediger is going back-winded, taking that upwind as he likes to do. So let's watch Russ Farrow on the outside now. It's a small one building. I think he's got some room to work on this. Keith DeBoule is coming up on the wave behind Russ, though, so I think Russ is going to want to take this one and make some work of this. All right, here's Russ Farrow on the orange Ezzy going down line. Bottom turn, nice sliding off the top. Lost his grip a bit and lost his speed, so he couldn't continue with that one. He'll reload and head back out. Keith DeBoule deciding what to do. Goes for attack on that one. Go for another wave. So all 4 competitors heading back out now. On deck is heat 35. Kevin Pritchard, Jake Miller, Casey Hauser, and Camille Joubon. This is going to be a great one as well. Some fantastic riders left in this competition. It's going to be great to see what they can offer. Bit of a lull in all sets right now. It's gotten flat. So Bant Roediger's got position, but he's just going to wait for something out there. Just stalling, back-winded out there, seeing what is coming on the horizon. Keith DeBoule might have something. He's going to jibe. See if he can catch one while Bant's waiting for the bigger one. And just a waiting game, all patience now. These guys want to score big waves and know the clock is ticking away. And they got to score some big ones, but there's nothing there to ride. These things are small right now. Wind is light. Not optimal Hookipa conditions, but we're doing well with this heat. Seeing some great rides from these competitors. Just got to be patient right now. Keith's working his way to the inside, but there's not much to go with here. Not sure if he's going to try and make the small one work. I think he's just going to try and get some position on this. Keith's pinching up on that. It's definitely a small wave. He knows he can't do much with that, so he's just going to attack and get back to the outside. Fabrice Beau now talking onto something. Fabrice is on the green sail, and I see Bant Rodiger with one behind. So we'll see some action now. Russ Farreau is lined up behind Bant Rodiger, so we might have 3 in a row here. Fabrice Beau on the green, in front of your screen. Bant Rodiger off to the corner with the red and orange Goya, with Russ Farreau on the orange. All 3 on this consecutive waves right now. Looks like Bant Rodiger might have the bigger one. Fabrice Beau is going to let this one go. I think Bant Rodiger is the man on right now. Fabrice was going to go for it, but Fabrice got a nice, but Bant Rodiger is amplifying things off the lip on that one. Nice one-hander. But Russ Farreau's going hard for this one now, going up for the slash off the top. Get some more speed for one more big hit for Russ Farreau. There's a slash getting around Bant Rodiger. Got one more in the bag. Floats that one down. Gets a little wet on the landing though. So some great 3 consecutive sets from Fabrice Beau. First in the green, Bant Rodiger second with the orange, and Russ Farreau with the all orange as he sailed to finish that one off. So Keith is now in the spot for something. Those 3 waves went through, and now we've gone flat again. So Keith missed out on that one. That's going to be very frustrating for him. He wasn't in position to score that last wave. He's got to get next one here, running out of time. Getting a bit of a break while Keith waits for something. Fabrice Beau on the green, Bant Rodiger on the orange and red, working their way back out with a great ride by Russ Farreau on the orange. Everybody's safe, working their way back in position. Keith really needs a score here. He's just got a smaller wave though. Keith loves the very, very big stuff, and he's not getting it. So he's going to tack out. Hopefully there's one behind it. Fabrice Beau's tacking onto something. He sees the one that I think Keith was looking at, but Fabrice is going to take this one then, so Keith has got to go for one after that. And that's how it's going. Here goes Fabrice Beau with Keith taking the one behind Fabrice. So Fabrice charging up. A little backside waiting for it to form, getting into the pocket, driving down. Not a whole lot of speed, so he's got to stay on the water, but nice top turn. Nice floater right there over that whitewater section. Job. And Keith Taboul now is the one with the white sail charging down hard with Bant Rodiger behind. So Keith takes one off the top. Stuck in the whitewater now. Bant Rodiger's got a little more room. So Bant's on the orange and red, driving his floater over the top. Nice little aerial cutting back to get some more power, but the waves are going to drop out on him. He might have one more turn with this one, but it's going to be a soft. Yeah, soft turn for that one. Got some good scoring waves for these guys. Russ Farreau in position now to see if he can get one to match these guys. Russ Farreau on your screen on the orange Ezzy. He's got to pinch up to get something. It's a small one. He's going to wait for something bigger. I think I see more on the horizon, so he is going to try and catch one of those. So next heat getting ready. Kevin Pritchard, Jake Miller, Casey Hauser, and Camille Jubon. This is going to be another great one. Fabrice Beau on the green, catching one right off the point here. It's going to build up enough for him to catch a couple turns here. Going for the big wave 360. Didn't quite reconnect on it. Landed, but off the backside of the wave. Russ Farreau in position, tacking on, hoping to get a set come through here right now as the other 3 competitors work their way out. And I think Russ has got one. Russ Farreau on the orange Ezzy. This one's got more size. This is one of the bigger ones we've seen in the last few minutes. Backside, driving down line now. Good floaty off the top, keeps the speed, connects now to the next section. Driving hard for a big hit. He wants to get off the top of this one. but not enough speed to really get over up the top on that. So we have Fabrice Beau now on the green. He's going to ride it backside for a little bit. And going for a wave 360, not clean on the landing on that, but great to see these guys going for these moves to finish and accent their rides. Keith Tabul is now man on with a white sail, riding, of course, his Quattro boards and the Goya white sail. Keith Tabul driving hard on the smaller one. Can't get vertical the way he wants to. He's going to try and get some speed for one hit right there. That's the slash we expect from Keith Tabul. Bant Roediger, the one behind him, though. Bant's got a better wave going up over the top. Nice taka from Bant Roediger. Bit of a correction here for Heat 32. Finishing first place was Morgan Noiro. Finishing second was Skylar Haywood. Leo Ray finished third. We had a bit of a mix-up on that. So second is Skylar Haywood, third is Leo Ray, and fourth was Francisco Porcella. So advancing is Skylar Haywood, the next run. And that is the end of that heat. Getting ready for commercial now. We'll be back in a few.
I'm Robbie Swift. My Maui Ultra Fins AX thruster.
And we are back at Hookipa Beach, the Aloha Classic. Dan Thompson here. We have Heat 35. We are winding through the brackets. Kevin Pritchard, Jake Miller, Casey Hauser, and Camille Joubin. It's going to be an awesome heat here. Our wind has been a little bit light for the last couple of heats, and the set's getting smaller, it seems. We're hoping we can get some bigger ones coming through here and hope the wind jacks up a little bit more for us. We saw some great moves. That last heat finished with a great taka from Bant Roediger. So we'd love to see the guys have enough power to finish off with some accent moves like that. All right, so we are getting ready for this last heat, but look for Kevin Pritchard on an Ezzy sail. Jake Miller will be on a Goya sail. We good? No, I'm good. Keep it right there, be perfect. Russ Rowe just finishing off with Bant Roediger. So in this heat, Kevin, Jake, Casey Hauser will be on a Maui sail, and Camille Joubin will be on a Maui sail. So it'll be easier to see once we get the water clear here. I do see the guys powered up on the outside, so that's a good sign. The wind's getting a bit stronger. Not sure these guys have rigged any bigger because they like to have the smaller sails to throw around. And once you get on the wave, you have lots of power generated from the wave as long as they're big enough. But some of these waves have been fairly small, so the guys need to use some sail power to generate the snappy turns they need, and they're just not getting the snap off some of these waves and the height on the aerials they're looking for and knowing they need to get high-scoring waves. So finishing off, we got Keith Tabul coming in here. First one on the wave, though, looks like it might be Camille Joubin. Kevin Pritchard's on the green as he Camille Bond is on the Maui sail with the Quattro sticker. Jake Miller is going to be on the Goya sail with the Quattro sticker. And Casey Hauser will be on the green Maui sail. So Camille Bond going for a nice one-handed aerial on that. Kevin Pritchard hacking off the lip on that one. Great start for Kevin Pritchard. He's still going another big move. That's going to score well. Here's Jake Miller going for an off the lip, but not sticking the landing. Casey Hauser scoring his first ride here as well. A lot of whitewater closeout for Casey though, so he wants to get around and get something on that, a little hit. I think he's just going to try and connect whatever's left of that one. So great start from both Camille and Kevin. They got the waves of that set. Jake Miller's on his way back out, reloading. Casey Hauser's still trying to milk this one, get some score, but that's not a great ride for him. That's not going to be enough to get past the likes of Kevin Pritchard and Camille Bond. All right, so Jake Miller's powered up on the outside now. He's got the place to himself if he can find a wave for him. He needs a good score. Camille and Kevin both got good rides on the first one. Jake wants to get in this game with a high score. Kevin Pritchard, though, is tacking down off the point. He might score one before Jake, so he's going to get a second ride before Jake gets his second. Jake's first ride wasn't a fantastic one. He went for a nice move and got stuck. Casey Hauser's down low off the rocks here. So Kevin Pritchard is the man on the green as he sail right here. He's got a small wave. Going to save himself, tack, and get upwind for the next one. Camille Bond is working with full power in his sail, so it's a lot nicer when you have some speed to be able to move around and get yourself in a position rather than slogging around with no wind, just bobbing. It's so tiring as well when you don't have power in your sail to make this all work. So Kevin Pritchard has something in front of him. He's just going to wait and see what happens with that. Camille Bond pumping for a set on the outside. He's going to see if this materializes into something he wants to ride. Be in position for it if it's there. If not, he's going to tack out. I think he's going to go for this one. He's got some good speed. It's building up for him. He's going to wait a bit. Deciding what to do here. It's a small one, but he's going to go for it and get one hit at least. Nice slash off the top, and it opened up a little bit for him to get a nice aerial kick off that. And a little whitewater smash, but that was a nice second hit, that aerial off of there. So Camille with two good scoring waves so far. He's got to have the lead right now. The other guys have only got one. KP has got the best wave of the rest of the crew right now. Casey's got to get in the game. His first ride wasn't a strong one. He got stuck in front of a lot of whitewater on that. Jake Miller had a good start to it, but augured in on his aerial, so it wasn't the score he wanted. So Jake Miller jiving on the outside, but KP on the green Ezzy, he's got one in front of Jake. A little bit of strategy playing in here. All right, Kevin Pritchard now on the green Ezzy. Here he goes charging down the line, looking for a nice big hit. Here he's got the speed, hacks it off the top and keeps the speed going for another one. Waves sort of peering out a bit. It's not a big one anymore, but Jake Miller's got one behind. That's the one he wanted. Big off the lip, floating over the whitewater for Jake Miller, but then it disappears. So we got all that wave. Kevin Pritchard, though, still going down low. He was able to connect the dots and do a little one-handed flare off that. So great experience from Kevin Pritchard, knowing to stay with that wave and get some more points on it. It wasn't a big one. He had to connect a couple rides together, but he got a good second score on that one. So Kevin Pritchard working his way out at the bottom. Jake Miller on the Goya sail with the Quattro logo working his way out. Casey Hauser on the outside now with the Maui sail. He needs this ride. His first one wasn't what he wanted. He's seen the rides from the other guys, heard the cheers from the shore, so he knows he's in a spot right now. He hasn't got a big wave though. He needs something bigger than this, but he might just have to take it to get a score. So he's working, he's going to go for this one. Casey Hauser on the Maui sail, going for a slash off the top, trying to build some speed for one pop right there. He got up above the lip, but it was not as big as he wanted and wasn't able to stick the landing on that. So Casey's not in the position he needs to be. He's going to take one on the head now. So right now I think we have Camille and Kevin Pritchard leading the pack. They've both scored multiple good waves. Jake's got a couple but haven't been able to connect it the way that Camille and Kevin Pritchard have. Camille Jubon now on the wave on the Maui sail right out in front. This one's got a bit more size. It's not huge, but it's got something to work with. So slashing around, working to go down the line and get a hit up top. He's going to charge hard. They're going for a big one. Nice hack off the top of keeping his speed for a floater across the white water. And Jake Miller hacking out behind. This is a better one for Jake. Nice slash off the top of keeping his speed up for the aerial with a one hand. Nice job for Jake Miller. And another good hit in the white water. That's the best ride of this heat for Jake, with one more just to finish off that in the Frome. Little one-hand drop. Okay, Jake Miller's in the game now. Still not the same quality and intensity of a ride as Camille and Kevin Pritchard, but Jake really needed that ride. That was a good one for him. Casey Hauser, though, has got to step up. He knows he hasn't got the rides that he wants and is capable of doing. So he is looking for one on this set coming through. So he's going to attack. He's going to take one. He sees it. Kevin Pritchard's behind it. So Casey's got to get the one in front. And he's got it. All right. So Casey Hauser is the one he needs right here. Lay down backside. He's got to get a big hit right here. Nice. That's what he wants. Casey Hauser going top turn with that and be able to connect it. Another slash, but Kevin Pritchard, he's going bigger. The one behind, he takes that aerial and gets more height. Casey still got the ride going, but Kevin just got more amplitude on that off the lip there. Kevin still got the lead up there between him and Camille Jubon right now. I see Jake in third right now with that last ride. Casey Hauser had a better ride there, but still not up to the level that he knows he can do and needs to be able to get through with the likes of Kevin Pritchard and Camille Jubon. And here comes Camille again now on another wave. I've lost track of how many Camille's got. He's just racking up his wave count. Not all big ones, but he's making the best of these conditions. Stalling out, waiting for this to form, getting for a nice slash, slidey top turn, throwing some buckets of spray up there, going for another one. Great aggressive riding for Camille Jubon. He's riding that Quattro thruster board, really giving it hard in the top turns, slashing that around. Great style from Camille Jubon.
Next up in 36. Mention it. So Heat 36, talk about it.
Heat 36, we have coming up Graham Ezzy, Morgan Noiro, Levi Cyber, and Skylar Haywood. Those guys are getting ready. That's going to be the last heat of round 3. That's going to be a great one. Graham Ezzy, Levi, Morgan, and Skylar. Here's Jake Miller on the outside with his Goya Sail Quattro board going for the top. Didn't quite get there. Closed out a bit on him. Not the wave he wanted, but he's just taking what he can get now. The sets aren't coming through. He knows he's behind, so he's got to take whatever he can get and just try and get some scores on there. Bit of a lull now. I see Kevin Pritchard waiting for one. Camille Jubon still heading out, seeing what's on the horizon. Jake Miller just finishing his ride. I think we got Casey Hauser now screaming in, so this is going to be for Casey if he can get this one. Casey knows he's behind in the game and needs to get something. What he was on, he didn't like, so he's going to stall it out and wait for something else. Kevin Pritchard might take that one, though. Kevin Pritchard on a small one, just waiting to see what happens. He knows he's got a couple rides on him. He can be pickier now. Casey can't. Casey's got to get something out here. Kevin Pritchard, yeah, he's not going to take that one. He knows he wants better than that, but Casey's going to have to take this one, I think. He's got to make something happen. He hasn't got the clean rides that he knows he can do. So he's got some good speed going for the lip on that. Nice hack from Casey. Good top turn and going large. That's the one that Casey wanted right there. That's going to get him back in the game. Nice height off the top of that lip for Casey Hauser. That's exactly what he knows he is capable of doing. Great job. Camille Jubon now on the one coming right off the point. Camille's hacking that one up, cutting back. waiting to drive it down hard to get the lip again. Another big slash, buckets of spray thrown off that thruster board, and then getting up over the top for a nice floaty aerial. Camille Jubon, just a step above on this one, I think. Got 4 minutes left in this heat. Casey's got to get himself back to the inside here and jibe out through this set. Kevin Pritchard tacking, see if he has one. And Jake Miller on the Goya farther out. Camille's got enough power to get through off this one. He knows he's in good shape. He might even throw down on this big back loop on that. Waves aren't counting, sorry, jumps aren't counting, just the waves. Casey knows he wants to throw one too, sticks his back. Oh, just couldn't hold on. So knowing they've got the rides in, Camille Jubon tossing a large back loop, and Casey knows, hey, this is a great one. I can't let this go past without throwing it down either. So Casey and Camille throwing nice big floaty back loops. But again, those don't count. The waves are what counts in this one. Kevin Pritchard being selective with his wave now. He's got a small one here. I think he's going to go for it. It's got enough size to make something work for Kevin Pritchard. So he goes for the big, fast 360 and lands it back on the wave. Front side 360 for Kevin Pritchard, and that's one that's going to go down for a good score. So right now I see Camille Jubon and Kevin Pritchard in the lead. I'm not sure who's got which. Jake Miller knows he's got to get one in the last 2.5 minutes. He's got to go large. Casey did a great effort with that last one with the big aerial, but I don't think it's enough to top out. Jake Miller going for that 360, but can't stick that landing either. He knows he's got to go hard and get a scoring, so he's going to take chances like that. But he's in good shape to get back out. We got 2 minutes left, so he knows he's going to get one more wave at least. Casey Hauser now on this Maui sail coming in. I think he's going to go large. Oh, little tomahawk by Casey. That's not the large he was looking for. Wow, that's unfortunate for Casey. Camille Jubon. Camille charging down. He's going to go for something spectacular. He's got some great scores already. Yeah, up and over. That's large for Camille Jubon. Yes, and going for the 360 finish, but not getting it dry. Nice, one-handed big booster for Kevin Pritchard. Jake Miller, though, he needs this one. He's got to get one up there and up, and a little tweak, and with speed. Jake Miller scoring a great one on here, and he's still going. Jake Miller, that's the one he wanted. Just augured it in at the end, but a great ride for Jake Miller on that. I think KP, with that ride, is going to get him up and running, but Camille Jubon, I think, is the man on for this. Casey Hauser's going to try and sneak one more in. We got 1 minute left. Was that it? Good to go? Okay. All right, Casey Hauser, he got to get one here. I think he's not going to make the main event, but he's going to want to feel good about a ride to finish, so he's going to go charge hard on this one. So Jake's working upwind on this. Casey's in behind. Jake's got some white water stuck, but Casey, this is the one he wants. He's got to hit this hard. There it is, Casey. Go, go, go. Get down the line, carrying his speed. A piece of that's there's a 360 for Casey. Not quite dry, but that was a better ride for him. Kevin Pritchard. Camille Jubon in behind. Kevin Pritchard going. The horn is gone. KP going for the taka and pulls that out. Beautiful for Kevin Pritchard. Camille Jubon still got the room though. Camille hacking it up off the top. I think he's going to try and go for something big right here. Thinking about a taka, but didn't get the fin breaking free the way he wanted. Great finish for Kevin Pritchard and Camille Jubon on that one. Heat is over. Kai Katchadourian is back for the main event. I'm going to go off and get ready for my heat. Dan Thompson signing off. Have a great day.
Let me have an interview with you. Are you sure? Come on, nah, head judge, dude.
I'm Flo Jung. My Maui Ultra fins are the X quads.
All right, Flycatcher Kai back at you after my big battle there. I think the judges gave me third, wanted me back here announcing for you guys. It's all good. Let me tell you, it's been a pleasure to do battle with these warriors. Every one of them. And I am just lucky to be a part of the show, you guys. And back at you here live. It's been a lot of fun today. And this right here is no small battle. Morgan Noiro, Levi Siver, Skylar Haywood, and Graham Ezzy, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, how gnarly is this heat? It's just sick. And, you know, nobody's safe. It's just bottoms up. All right, I have results from heat number 34. And that was the heat after mine, which was an equally gnarly battle. And that's first Rodinger, second to Bull, fourth Bow, and Russ Faro in third. Meanwhile, here in the lineup, Levi Siver down at the point starts off his heat with a high-speed Brody. He basically redirected his board directly back at the whitewater in one turn. And I promise you, if you blink, you missed it. And it's easy to blink. Let me tell you. Nice to be back up here. Big shout outs to my family listening back in Palo Alto. Hi, Nina, Mom and Dad. Love you. Wish you were here. Get on the plane. See you tomorrow. Kian says get over here. Anyway, further shout outs to my Waddell crew and everybody back there in Cali. That was for you guys. Anyway, back to this current heat. Shout outs aside. We're going to wait for that result between Pritchard, Juban, Miller, and Hauser, which was nothing short of a battle. There's people just lying on the ground with bullet holes in them right now. And, you know, as we get further through this, there's going to be fewer and fewer people standing. And I think that's the idea here, is that we're trying to get some seating here. We're pretty close to having decided very firmly who's in the main event. And believe me, those are some nail biters back there, because there's a lot on the line. Specifically in round 3, that was just heavy. Anyway, as Camille Juban heads in for some refreshments, Morgan Noiro on a very, very quintessential looking Hookipa peak dissects that vertically. Now he opts for the horizontal approach. He's going to bring it down to H Poco Point. He does the lofty tail kick air and straight into it. And let me tell you, it doesn't hurt when you have a light board like him. That's probably another 3-pound board injected with helium. Or maybe it's just because Noiro is just a bad boy. That guy's really coming along. And I'm a fan of that KS3 sail too, let me just say. Nice looking sail. Skylar Haywood kind of with a bit of a stiffer thing. Goes for the Hawaiian one-hander, however. And continues down the line. Levi Siver, don't take your eye off him, because he's punching off the bottom. He's got a full head of steam. Big spray as if it was Tom Kern himself. He does the tweaked air, and behind him, Graham Ezzy setting up his ride. And you're going to see Graham Ezzy coming in the main frame here as Levi's streaking down to the point. Graham's got the main meaty part of the section. Is he does kind of a slap down floater and gets a little slowed down by it. But you know what? He's going to get the bonus pinball section here. And here he goes. What a cool wave that was for Graham to even get this end bowl hit here. Boom. High scoring wave, guys. That's not going to hurt. Levi, I am doing my own replay on that. And that first vertical turn, Levi and Keith Tibul both, and I'm going to lump Cowley Sayati into this mix too. They really make a point of trying to wave sail like surfers. And while Keith might be the guy who's able to ride the smallest boards out of that bunch, Levi looks like he's really tuned in a board here with that tri-fin quattro that is showing a high level of agility. And Graham Ezzy as well isn't riding a total tank either. I think you can see the approach here changing slightly. A little bit more performance-oriented conditions, a little bit of pick and choose on the waves, and you can see Levi really wants to get the waves that are give him that canvas. It's going to give him that, you know, it's going to give him that edge to use that board to the full potential. While we do have a break in the action, and Levi is on a wave at the point, but I don't think it's going to score, and I don't think he's going to ride it. I think he's just going to take that upwind. I might be wrong. I don't think I am. Cyber's going to chase it. You know what? Keep your eye on Levi here. Here could come a pretty big move. He's going to chase it down the channel, and at this point, he better make a 360, or else he is going to not make a 360. Anyway, that's cool, Levi. You did a little wave ride there. I don't know if you were too stoked on that, but it's all good. Results from heat number 35. And that was a doozy. Kevin Pritchard in first, definitely with that 360. Seems to be the theme of this round here. You make a 360, you win. All good. Second is Camille Juban. Third, Jake Miller and Casey Hauser in fourth. And I hope that's final. Yeah, we got that right. Yeah. We're good. And Sam's just correcting, making sure I'm correct here. Morgan Noiro, however, as I was babbling, did 2 really good hacks. And some of that spray is still coming down. In fact, he sent a spray down to Kahului on that last turn. So suddenly Kahului had Mauka showers predicted from Morgan Noiro. It's kind of corny, sorry. I mean, you see some of these still shots that, you know, guys like Jimmy Hef are getting off these cutbacks. Guys are throwing buckets out here. But sometimes if you don't get that still frame, you don't appreciate it as much. I can definitely say that a still shot's different than a video, right? Well, you want to frame that shot of Levi's cutback, because that was insane. The redirection and the speed he did redirect on that, I'm hoping the judges really do recognize how special Levi is when he sails, you know, like that. Skylar Haywood with a peek to himself and perfectly positioned for it. This is your Hookipa postcard right here. Come visit Maui. Sail in the AWT by yourself at Hookipa. Carve smoothly across green translucent walls, and then crush sections with judges judging you, and win the adoration of your fans worldwide. And that's what Skylar Haywood's doing with his Hawaiian one-handed cutback. Awesome. Second Hawaiian cutback, but then he got a Hawaiian punch at the end. And that's fair. You don't need to act too bad out there. Skylar knows. And you know what? It was worth it. He got a good score. There's not a wave out there to clean him up. It's kind of the good part about that selection, really. 8.5 and change here. Graham Ezzy on kind of this end bowl looking wave too. And there's no question this is a little better than Levi's end bowl wave. And while Graham's possibly debating the merits of going for this, obviously he's thrown out the debate and he's going. And he's under this really good section. And that gives him the tweak error and the lofty throwdown. That happened practically on its own. Graham is so in the zone at this 2013 JP Aloha Classic. He's doing really well. That kid is one motivated customer. Like I said, he's doing the full PWA tour next year. And I think that that's a great addition to the tour. And like I said, I'm really glad we've got an American kid out there to start duking it out, because right now the USA on the PWA World Tour, we need more than just Brian Metcalf Perez. Nothing wrong with Brian, but he's the black sheep right now out there. Not too many guys from the US duking it out on the PWA World Tour right now. I think a lot of the pro American sailors choose this path, choose coming to Hookipa. She's coming to one of the best wave sailing locations in the world to duke it out and pretty much get coverage and pictures. And we've been really fat cats like that lately. You know, Levi here has built a career on films, windsurfing movie 1 and 2. He's got Oxbow. You know, the Perception movie was great, mixing in the surfing and the sailing. Tight association with future guest of ours here, Jace Panebianco. And, you know, that he carved out a number of years. You know, between like 2006 and 2 years ago, Levi didn't really compete at all. Not that there were a ton of contests anyway. Maybe 1 or 2 in Cabo Verde. It's really good to see him back in competition. Levi being a Hookipa local, definitely being Hookipa's favorite son for a while here as well, finds himself pretty deep in the mix here in these trials. And safe to say, all these guys are in the main event here in this heat, to the best of my knowledge. That's what Chris Freeman told me, is anybody in this round is probably in. You're really giving yourself a super good chance if you're, you know, third or better. So we'll do the math when it's over. That's kind of a suspenseful thing. It's kind of out of the hands of the judges once you get your placings. It's just how far you got. That's the brutal reality of it. And you know what? It's still worth the price of admission. You're not going to tell me that it wasn't worth showing up to this, even if you don't make the main event, and sailing Hookipa by yourself with 4 guys. That is priceless. Trust me. Try sailing Hookipa when there's 60 guys out. You ever tried to do that? Well, you know what? It's a total nightmare. And you know what? When you see a helicopter into the mix and a couple jet skis and guys are doing photo shoot land, it's funny how people start pretending they don't know each other all of a sudden. They're giving you that look like, oh, I don't know you, I don't see you, I don't regard you. Just let me get my cover shot and get me out of here. All the rules go out the window when those helicopters show up. So this is truly kind of the opposite of that, even though it's, you know, still a big show and a circus. But what it is it's organized. And we need that here. We need that at least once a year where we can gather the best at this sacred ground. That is Hookipa. And do battle. That's simple. And right now it's setting up with Morgan Noiro on the inside. Here comes an exchange where he gets an actual lip slide but out the back. Levi Siver, however, sets it up cool as a cucumber. Levi just hanging up the top. Here comes full speed, and there goes under the lip again. Kind of amazing that these waves aren't setting up fully for Levi the way some of these do sometimes. You see this kind of like, it's really interesting. He waited. You know, you think he's setting up the 3. He's getting ready to spring it. And somehow it just evaded him. And it was better that he didn't try to force it, in my book. There's 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. And Levi will probably get in position for one more good scoring wave ride. As will Morgan. Graham and Skylar upwind are probably looking at pretty important decisions as to what they're running. Skylar out the back. Didn't really help his cause there. Graham Ezzy's in position to help his cause because he's way upwind on a really nice wave that's offering him a check turn and a snap. And now he goes for the goiter. And you better believe he made that. Graham Ezzy, 3rd goiter of the contest, if I'm correct in my counting. And that was with authority. That was like one of those ones. You see him setting up for it. And you almost know he's going to make it before he tries it. He's got this angle on the goiter. And let me just try and pick this apart for you guys at home. He unwinds that off the bottom turn, and when he is in the air, he is already projected into the flats. It's mathematical at that point. He's going to make it. He's super consistent. If you've got the goiter on lockdown like Graham Ezzy does, he's got the ability to do a goiter, a 360, and a talk on the same wave. Baffled. Graham Ezzy's ripping. All right. As if on cue, here comes a final exchange with 3 minutes. Won't call it final, but Skylar, he's got a chance to atone here. Skylar with the, you know, really kind of casual bottom turn, wants to keep it surfy, wants to keep it cool and cruisy. Skylar better turn it up a notch here and start projecting and tweaking, and that's exactly what he does. Maybe a little bit too much, tries to save it, still tries to save it, and he's not going to save it. Levi Siver hanging up top. This is his time now. He sizes it up, and you better believe he's got a good top turn here. Another wave that didn't exactly set up perfectly for him, but a good opportunity for him to demonstrate his style. And upwind of him, Morgan Noiro with a big 360, and he is most likely going to stomp it with a mini French claim. Small kind, just a little twirl at the top of his locks there. Très bon, Noiro. Très bon. A plus. Checking. 1, 2, we're good. Check. I dropped the mic. Because I was in such shock when Morgan Noiro nailed that 3, yo. That was insane. And it was really the recovery that was impressive. Because he had to force that around. Noiro, you know, to his complete credit, has a chance here because he is in the mix. He makes a 360. Levi hasn't done one. So, you know, he needs one more really good ride. Graham, ready to seal the deal here, seal the envelope. He's got the straight air, and he just kind of sticks it. He's like, I'm going to do something easy and blow it. Whatever, Graham, that's not even a big deal in your case. Go cruisy and get the score. That's fine. What this is, more than anything, is now we're getting into the top 6 guys. We're going to start dissecting it even further. 2, 4, 6, 8. The top 8 guys. 12. Yeah, it's really gnarly. I'm here we're trying to get 14, 15 guys. And due to my calculations anyway, with this round that we've just done, if you're 3rd or better, you're in. And I don't want to curse myself because I'm in 3rd in my heat, but that's what I've been told, and my math serves me correctly. That's what it is here. I think you're on the bubble if you happen to be in 4th on this round, but it could also very well be that everybody in this round is in. And we're just trying to seed places now. I don't think they're sure about that, and I'm going to just stop lipping about that because that's not my job. I don't do the seedings and the placings. Wow, we've got a full flotilla of people going out, and the reason is that round's over, and Levi Cyber gets his 360 and sticks it, and did make it. He made it. And I'll clap for Levi there because you know he wanted it. And that's going to count. The judges are counting it. As really quick as that was, sorry about my watch. I'll let that silence itself. And that's the heat. Levi made his 360. Let's have this discussion here. He got the Tom Kern hack. He got a couple other good wave rides. Morgan's not going to advance anything with what he's doing. He knows it. He knows that 360 gave him a shot. Looking at Graham Ezzy again, who I don't know where he did a thing wrong there. And that last wave he blew didn't really suffer any consequences to me. I think Graham's probably through there. I really don't understand how he's able to do some of these contortions. Graham's really not that old of a kid, you know, I mean, under 25, so his bones and cartilage are made of elastic rubber, and he can contort and tweak himself into various positions that you normally wouldn't be able to. Graham as he standout right now. One of the standouts. And Levi, you know, used to being a standout, sailed a really good heat for himself. Skylar Haywood might not have really juiced himself through there, but, you know, this is all up in the hands of the judges. And that was a really tough round. Now looking at all these names who just went through, those are 16 guys who just went to war for the right to represent in the main draw. And you all know the history of this. The last Aloha Classic was in 2006. Nothing's for sure, you guys. These contests really count. And nobody knows that more than some of these younger kids. It matters. I mean, Rodinger. He's got a win under his belt already. And that last year's win, you know, it's a huge load off his shoulders because he's got a Hookipa title. And you can see that he's a little bit relaxed on this, like, when is it going to happen? Okay, so he doesn't have that on his shoulder. But he wants to dominate. Why not make it 2 in a row, Barrett? It's not like you can't do it. Levi, you know, really in search for his first major event win in Hookipa all these years later. It has evaded him. And we all know he's one of the best here. Right behind him, Graham Ezzy, who's taken maybe a slightly different path than most of the Hookipa pros. And I discussed this yesterday, having gone on a full scholarship to Princeton and missed a few years in the lineup here, but you know what? Kid's got a degree and a really good head on his shoulders. I think the competition thing frustrated Graham for a little while, but I also think he's waiting for a moment like this where it can really play to his strengths. And Graham, you know, he's going to take some people out in the main event. And I'm going to call my bookie in Vegas on that one because I'm going to make some money on Graham Ezzy. You know, looking at a spot check here, And are we actually in a women's heat? I haven't been informed of that, but that's exactly what it looks like if I look at Angela Cochran, Ingrid LaRouche, and is that Kelly Moore?
How's this for old school?
Well, it's a good heat, Rob. Would you care to join me here for a little bit? Or Jace, would you come here? Jace, please. We'll get Jason here and we'll Rob Funk a little bit later. I'm going to bring Jace Pontebianco on board here, my buddy from Poor Boys Productions. We're going to do some work together again here, Jace. Welcome.
Nice.
Get the furry thing under you.
Nice to be with you, Kai. Beautiful day at the neighborhood here. It's
Beautiful
nice to be in the
day at the
office.
Ho. Take me through what your impression of today so far.
Well, you know, when you're looking through the lens, you get a kind of a narrow view of it. So I've seen a couple moments that have been pretty spectacular so far. I'm pretty impressed with Bernd Rodiger for sure. That goiter that he did in one of those earlier heats was a memorable moment. And then obviously just kind of interested to see what the conditions are doing here. I think been pretty well blessed with better conditions than anyone would have expected.
Way better, huh?
Yeah, and the wind filling in. I mean, you've been out there today. What are you seeing with the conditions watching?
I don't mind competing in this light wind. I've got the right equipment for it. It's definitely a little bit pick and choose. I can get into the various tactical advantages or disadvantages of riding big and small gear aside. You want to have big gear, but you don't want to go too big where you lose your ability to be, you know, agile. So it's agility versus mobility. You kind of saw it in that last heat with Levi. Might not be in the most mobile gear, but it's agile. And, you know, I don't think the judges want anything but really solid sailing. And it comes and goes. And you are in the right spot at the right time or you're not.
So give us a rundown on the heat format right now. How many waves are counting?
It's 2 waves counting and 18 minutes on the clock with a 16-minute heat. So you got 2 minutes to get out there, jockey around, and 16 minutes to catch your waves.
Well, that's plenty of time for people to be a bit choosy, and plenty of time for guys like Levi or whatever to ride the smaller gear that they're accustomed to. And now we've moved on to the women's heats, right?
Yes, and you know, reflecting on a female warrior such as Kelly Moore, who is targeting a section. Jace, take this away for me.
Well, it's always nice to see Kelly Moore back on the outside there. Nice off the top. Got a good bowl section coming into the end bowl area. Kind of closes out on her though, but she got up to the top of that one. And on the outside, on the Neil Pridesale, who's that?
Outside of the Pridesale would be none other than Angela Cochran. Hi guys, we're live. Aloha.
Aloha, Kai.
This is Jace.
This is Kai.
How's it?
And I was talking to some friends earlier. We could have hot tub time machine going on right now, right here at Hookipa. It could be 1994. Angela Cochran, Kelly Moore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a bit of a time warp, but at the same time, it's 2013, and you know, good sailing is good sailing. As you look at Angela Cochran, who's in the best shape of her life, and always one of the queens of Hookipa, who I probably failed to mention yesterday as definitely one of the queens of Hookipa. And for that reason alone, she hit that section full Brody. Current AWT champion Ingrid LaRouche sees this and he's playing it very smart. She's really gone with wave selection here, and that wave opened up the full can of whoop ass there. That was solid for Ingrid. Where the other waves kind of closed down on Kelly and Angela, Ingrid caught the nugget and rode it through. And I think part of this level of experience that you see, interestingly enough, I mean, Angela maybe got a little amped there.
Yeah, well, nice wave selection there for Ingrid, and as you said, really opened up all the way down to the end section. To get 3 turns on the wave there, and sure seems like she's in good form right now.
Absolutely. I can't say enough about some of the performance I've seen today and yesterday in these conditions, mind you. I mean, this is really tough stuff. It's not the easiest situation for any of these competitors, man, woman aside. And wow, I mean, that last round, I'm still just flat out just baffled. There was just so much going on. It's going to be fun to watch this broadcast because there's going to be some rewind button stuff happening. Like I said yesterday, half of this stuff should be on ESPN as it is.
Well, I'll tell you, when you have Hookipa to yourself with 4 people out, there's plenty of possibilities. You know, the waves in the wind are not firing on Hookipa standards as like all-time epic conditions, but when you look at it out there, there are plenty of good waves that come through, and with only 4 people out, you know, they have their choice of the litter here.
They sure do. They're getting their money's worth. Kelly's shaking off a couple cobwebs. I think she got a good pounding there. I hope she's all right.
Here comes the Skull Base Water Patrol to give her a little look-see.
Yeah, there go the Walsh brothers taking Cy Crowder, and it looks like good old Cy from the UK plugging away. I think Kelly shook off a good pounding there, but I think she's okay. I hope she's okay. She's really going through one of those cycles, with the rig just... Hookipa's kind of giving her a bit of a test right now, and a lot of it's mental. I mean, maybe she isn't really necessarily injured, but she got a good pounding, and those take a little while to shake off, Jace.
Yeah, well, particularly when you're not out there every day like she used to be. Those ones they're kind of like body blows, and it hurts, so it stings a little bit. So she's back up and at them and making her way out through the Green Street sections of Hookipa. Got a set on the outside now. Ingrid LaRoche is trying to work her way onto one. Thinks that one's going to fade underneath her.
Wow, she did her squats because she got on that one. Man, all that mountain biking Ingrid's doing. Woo. She pumped her way on that.
She wanted that one.
She really did, and maybe the outside one was better. She didn't really realize it, but she put her head down and got the wave she wanted, and the Hookipa's got the one on the outside to itself and herself, and I don't know if that was really a bad decision at all, really.
Picking up a score here for sure.
Picking up a score, another score, I should add, as Kelly Morris just submarining in the light air, and that's another thing we're noticing now. Here, 2:19 in the afternoon. This is almost to the letter when it started getting fluky yesterday. And with the forecast pretty much going to southeast winds, apparently we're going to lose the wind for a couple days, but don't believe everything you see on that website we all go to.
And this is Angela Cochran riding one down to the end bowl.
Angela getting on the board after her initial attempt at a scoring ride. I would say right now she's on the board with something more substantial. Kelly Moore, however, is still not outside after her initial ordeal, and this can start to wear on you, Jace. It's a pain to get out of Hookipa in this situation, and throw in the adrenaline of a heat. When it's light, it just takes everything out of you. Yeah, it's like harder than sailing in a lot of wind is this light wind when you're constantly sheeting in and pumping and getting all efficient. Oh, it takes everything out of you.
Yeah, a lot of balance involved, a lot of arm strength, your grip, just trying to stay up over the board. There's a lot of current on the inside. For people that haven't windsurfed Hookipa, it's a big bay. On the inside, the current all kind of boils up and makes this little whitewater area. And on the edges of the bay, over by the rock pile on the left, the current will kind of race out there, and the water will flow out back to the outside. And that makes us pay attention to Ingrid LaRoche on the wave here, Kai.
Roger that. Ingrid LaRoche really working the point here, has squared up and will hit this bowl section. That's what I like about Ingrid. She really does hit lips. Though that was kind of, futile, and it's really wasn't going to amount to much. She hit it, though. Not going to be a big score. But, if you look at it another way, she kept someone else off of that potentially, so
sure,
a competitor didn't ride it.
When you only need 2 waves in the heat, you can afford to be picky, but there is some tactics going on here, keeping your competitors off the wave. Kind of leaving the scratch here for Angela Cochran.
I like Angela's cutback. Yeah, as they're announcing this, I'll give you the results of heat number 36, which is Levi Siver in first place. So I think that little Saver 360, along with his just Tom Curran-esque cutback dissection in the beginning of that heat.
Yeah, real
he
solid
got
turns
that.
there. Real solid turns for Siver. Good to see him on form. The 360 on the end was a smaller one, but the judges do like the completed maneuvers. So whenever you get back on the wave face, you're scoring some points there.
Graham Ezzy in second, and probably by a whisker. No question that they were really close there. Morgan Noiro in third, which I can see. Skylar Haywood in fourth, and no disgrace there at all. Any of these
some
guys.
good waves there for Skylar.
We sure did. Skylar's had a really good run here, and you can see he's taking it nice and seriously.
The heavy hitters at 37, Gimel, Matt Pritchard, Bent Rodiger, Keith DeBoer.
So we got here, as we're going to go all the way to the final, since we have the conditions to do it. I can see the incentive here to get the seeding. We already know who's going to the big dance. That's decided. Now we're going to get the top 8 decided. And in Heat 37, it's going to be Laurent Guillemot, Brent Rodiger, Matt Pritchard, and Keith DeBoer. Nothing easy there. And on the other side, it's Kevin Pritchard, Levi Cyber, Camille Jubon, and Graham Ezzy, which by all intents and purposes is a final in any other contest.
Well, yeah, you could make some debate whether or not the PWA Tour is going to be harder on the ladder than the AWT.
Let's talk about that, Jace, because the fact of the matter is, I'll single out maybe the top 3 PWA guys, and that's Philip Koster, Alex Mussolini, and Marcilio Brown is in 3rd right now. And those 3 guys are going to get the top 3 guys that come out here. Now, I don't think that scares Brazinho, and I don't think it scares Koster either, to be honest with you, or Mussolini. But the point is, they're getting stacked heats right off the bat, and you know what? They've also gotten to watch here. And that can psych you out. If it's not going to motivate you, it's going to psych you out. It's one or the other.
Well, and for a lot of these guys, they haven't been back to Hookipa in a lot of years. They're not spending as much time on Maui as they have in the past. And, you know, this warm-up contest in a lot of ways really will do a lot of benefit for the guy that's, you know, maybe not gotten as many waves at Hookipa as they used to.
No question about it. We all remember Alex Mussolini when he showed up. The little kid doing the push loops on the North Sail at the Maui Ocean Academy. You know, it's great to see him contending for a world title. As Angela Cochran up at the green 3 section kind of does more experienced line with that really good bottom turn cutback hit combo. You know, Angela's going to get some scores here. Now, Ingrid LaRouche, however, probably not having observed this in her own zone, but definitely picked out a better wave there. And I like the way Ingrid dresses up a wave. She kind of set that up pretty good. Yeah, I didn't quite hit it right in the spot, but she made a good wave ride happen there. And we want to be really careful with the non-competitors sailing through the lineups here.
It's a big no-no.
It's a big no-no, and you know, back in the day, a guy like Ed Angulo would meet you in the shore break and hand you your $50 fine, and you wouldn't be allowed to compete until you paid that $50 fine. And now they're talking about disqualifying people who sail through the lineup. If the green flag's up and you sail through the lineup, you're a donkey.
Well, it happens. It happens every year.
It does. We're not going to snap on him, but Rob Funk sure will.
Well, it's sure nice to see everybody down here for the Aloha Classic. What year is this now? The 20?
Well, that's a good question. The first Aloha Classic, Jace, I believe, was in 1984, won by Alex Aguirre, who took home a boom and a bottle of pineapple wine. Pineapple wine.
Nice.
And, you know, maybe he's still got that, you know, aging. That's a valuable bottle. And, you know, moving on, the 85 event happened. I think Alan Cadiz won that. 86 was the big year when they had the massive waves. We weren't here.
Was that the Fred Haywood there?
No, Fred Haywood is 84, different than had to do with the contest. It's the Rich Myers who won the Masters division that year.
Well, here's Kelly Moore. I think we should pay our attention out to the outside. Kelly Moore picking up a wave. Nice top turn there. Closing out on the outside, but I'm sure she's happy to pick up a score after her little ordeal in the middle of the heat there. Kelly Moore on the Neil Pride and the JP sail.
Kelly Moore definitely getting a pat on the back for simply saddling up and getting outside. Minute and 20 left in the heat. So Angela Cochran knows this. She's a savvy competitor, and she knows exactly how much time's left in the seat and makes every effort to make this wave count, and it's going to count. Maybe not completely letting loose like she knows she can, but you know what? Every wave she's ridden, except that first one, was a relatively safely ridden wave.
Well, she really pulled out some stops on that one there. You know, good speed all the way through the section. Nice turn on the end bowl. And Angela Cochran, I think, kind of found her form towards the end of that wave there, Kai.
Great. Now we have the heavy hitters in the top 8. We're just getting seating here. This doesn't decide much else. It's kind of rad to see that they're going to go through this. Take advantage of the conditions we have. 36 seconds left. Ingrid LaRouche is pumping on to arguably her best wave of the heat, as far as the wave's concerned.
She's going to have to get down to the end bowl here, Kyle.
She definitely needs to race the end bowl, but you know what? She's going to do the business, and she hits that section like the AWT champion she is, but she did a little bit too much of a straight off into the channel. Single hit phenom there. She sails right through the bowl and just gets blasted. Ouch. All good, though. At least she hit the lip, huh?
Hit the lip and a nice way to end the heat. Real vertical section there for Ingrid, you know, and no harm, no foul towards the end of the heat when it's over. And it doesn't matter if she's not up and riding now.
If I understand correctly, we're going to break after that heat, get a different video viewer, and be back in 5 minutes to refresh the browser. So we'll be right back at the 2013 JP Aloha Classic.